Hello, 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 everybody. We are live. How's it hanging? I'm just going to be pasting the links, letting people know on the Twitter sphere. And we are live, everybody. I'm trying to listen to Black Sabbath, and I hope it's not going to get picked up by the mic. Alrighty. There we go. Isn't that Gucci? Ooh, hello, hello. We're starting to fill up over here, aren't we? Do you guys like it when those other channels, they do like a countdown and stuff? They put on this weird, like, it's a bunch of I'm assuming it's non-copyrighted music, and you know, it sounds like 70s porn music. It's not bad. Okay, so there we go. I need to get me one of them professional, you know, just the thing that, you know, the thing, it just tells everybody you're live. All right. Hey. Hello, everybody. Hello. Matt says you are an icon. Found you through Twitter. Bless you. That's really humbling. Thank you so much. What? Yeah, so what those other channels do is they'll have like a 15-minute countdown or something. But come on, man. I can't keep y'all waiting for 15 minutes, you know what I'm saying? So oh, okay. All right. It's really good to see you guys. Hello. This is really sweet. Friendly reminder, y'all need to smash the like button so that the other people see the stream, because YouTube doesn't like progressives or people who speak the truth. The truth that boy. Oh yes. We have a lot to talk about. As always. And even if I don't know I'm going to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it. So, you know. All right. You guys are so sweet. Oh my God. Do y'all see? I'm going to read the precious. Hold on. Let me shift this over here. All right. Maybe I can read. Anthony. So Precious Dore says, I was watching AOC's Instagram live earlier, and she was talking about voting for Biden got my blood boiling. Well, we're going to be talking about her. I didn't know about that. I mean, I'm already like this close to losing it. Hold on, let's see if I can pull up this live. Where would I find that? Do they stay up afterwards? Let me check. Voting for Biden. I mean, just the sentence alone, telling someone to vote for Biden. You see, you set me off already. I can't. These people. Where do I find her Instagram live? I mean, is it archived or somewhere? I don't know. Somebody please let me know in the comments, because we're going to talk about her. Okay. So E. Heller wants to know, how much would you spend on a pint of ice cream? The most expensive ice cream I've ever bought, and I still regret it, because not because it tasted bad, but because I'm too broke for that. I don't live that life. Ben and Jerry's, right? That stuff is really expensive. And yeah. Oh, we're going to talk about the ice cream in a bit, because look, I'm not going to tell you all this. I'm not going to spoil everything. Just sit down, get yourself a snack. No $58 ice cream. All right. Get ready. Buckle up. So, yeah. Yeah, I see you, Mona. I see you. Okay, so I'm pretty sure there was something I wanted to mention and I'm forgetting now. Hold on, man. Is this dude trying to troll me? Says, Poppy, I love you, but the Bernie or bust argument isn't good at holding the DNC hostage. Okay, isn't good, period. Holding the DNC hostage doesn't get leftist policies passed. We need to vote for Biden, or else we get Trump for 4 more years. You already have Trump, in case you didn't notice. Biden got you Trump. Biden was the fucking vice president. I mean, make your mind up. Either Joe Biden accomplished a lot as vice president, or he didn't. You can't have it both ways. You can't invoke Obama every time you want to say something positive, and then, when we want to call out all of the entire rap sheet, Joe Biden's entire rap sheet, it's like, oh, no, you got to give him another chance. He was the vice president. Are you saying he was an ineffective vice president? You're telling me that he was an ineffective vice president? Oh, well, I guess this president thing isn't for Joe Biden then, is it? So there's your whole argument. And this whole idea that we got to get leftist policies passed. Wow. Well, it's crazy, right? Because when you did have Democrats in the White House with Joe fucking Biden, no less, and you had both chambers of Congress. Is that how you say it? I'm mincing my words here. Both houses of Congress, the House and the Senate. So Democrats had they had control of the entire executive, right? And the legislative. What are these leftist policies that they got passed? Biden was there. He was the vice president. What are they? What? The ACA? A right-wing healthcare plan? What else? The drone strike program? Continuing mass surveillance? Prosecuting journalists? What are these amazing leftist policies that you're waiting to get passed under Joe Biden? I mean, we're not even talking about a hypothetical. I'm giving you history. This happened. Joe Biden was in government. You had Democrats in the White House. You had Democrats taking control of the Senate and the House. What did they do? Where are these amazing left-wing policies that they got passed? Fuck all. Fuck all. Joe Biden himself is telling you, no Medicare for all. I'm going to veto it. His climate change is bullshit. You're delusional. Truly, in the true sense of the word, delusional. You're deluding yourself and others. You're not getting any left-wing policies. And Joe Biden is not even going to fucking win. I mean, you're talking about something that's... Dude. Joe Biden isn't winning. And, I mean... This is the whole issue, man. You have people who are stuck in this thing like, we need to pass these left-wing policies and then everything's going to be fixed, right? So essentially you are approaching this from the standpoint you want to reform, right? You want to pass these policies to reform this system. Yeah, well, this is the wrong approach. You can't reform a system that relies on exploitation, that relies on corruption. This is, I mean, it's like trying to, I mean, I really don't know what to tell you, man. I really don't know what to tell you. If you don't see it by now, I don't know. I don't know. The neoliberals, Joe Biden and the whole gang, they keep telling you, fuck you, no left-wing policies. And you just keep, you just keep what I'm trying with them. You think that, yeah, just going at this over and over and over, yeah, we're gonna, someday, man, just someday, you wait and see. Where is it? Where is it? Turns out Bernie's also full of shit. So we're not trying to, make the argument for Bernie or bust anymore. Even Bernie doesn't fix the system. Bernie reforms it. And even that he couldn't do, or, I mean, you might have gotten Medicare for all at best, in my opinion. I don't think he would have gotten anything else. They would have never, man, if you think you can elect a Democrat, okay, you think you can elect a Democrat and then touch the military-industrial complex. Yeah, in your fucking dreams, man. They're not letting you near that thing, okay? So this is just delusion, okay? I don't know what to tell you, man. Also, Joe Biden, I mean, you couldn't pick a worse Democrat. You couldn't pick a worse Democrat. This guy is basically a Republican. Don't you remember how much he brags? I work across the aisle. This motherfucker brags so much, he's even proud. You remember what Joe Biden said? He was proud of working with segregationists, of his ability to work with segregationists. This is the issue. This is the issue that we have with a few people who haven't gotten it. They haven't gotten it yet. And it's like it goes over their heads. It's really a comprehension issue. It's a comprehension issue. I'm telling you that this dude, Biden, all of them, it's all the fucking same. The whole gang. They're killing people. And when I say that, it's like the word has no meaning to you anymore. They're killing people. What does it mean? They're killing people. You can't grasp it. You don't understand what it means to have a fucking car bomb explode outside your house or a bomb fall on your neighbor's house. You don't understand what that is. You've never lived that reality. How could you understand? You weren't there. You'll never be there. You'll never be in that situation. So of course, you get responses like, yeah, but he's still better than Trump. Are you not fucking listening? Something's going on. You're either not listening or, it's just not getting through your head. I don't know what to tell you. We have 108 people watching, but only 60 likes. Please make sure you smash the like button so more people see the stream. If you're on mobile, that button will be hidden under the live chat behind it. So you got to hide the live chat for a second. Anyway, let's get into the issue here that I want to cover. We got a lot of issues to cover. But yeah. Okay, so I love you guys. So I'm sure some of you have heard All right. I'm sure some of you have heard that the Democrats, their solution to giving people health care during this coronavirus crisis, of course, it's not Medicare for all. Why would they do something as nice as that? That's crazy. That's crazy talk. That's pie in the sky, as Joe Biden says. Or, I mean, he just said he'd veto it. No, their plan during this coronavirus crisis is to take a bunch of money, nice, big, fat stacks of cash, your cash, actually, and ram it as far up as they can into the asses of the healthcare industry, as they always do, right? Of course. What else did you expect? So, some of you may be familiar with the COBRA program. To my understanding, remember, I'm not familiar with the American healthcare system. I've never had to use it, so you guys probably know it better than me. But if some of you know the COBRA program, this covers you if you've been furloughed or laid off for up to 18 months, right? Well, it covers you in the sense that you have to fork out all the money. So not very practical. I think it's 102% of the employer's share of the cost. So yeah, the Democrats' plan now is to cover the COBRA fees, right? Nice. Let me show you. I gotta hand it to the Democrats. They just keep finding ways. All of them, not just everyone in Washington. I gotta hand it to them. They just keep finding ways to profit off of this shit. They're really smart. So let's pull this up over here. There we go. Okay, so that's what they're calling it, Worker Health Coverage Protection Act. Okay, so the bill would fully pay the health insurance premiums for all laid off and furloughed workers who would otherwise qualify for COBRA coverage. Okay, and the COBRA law allows certain eligible laid off workers to remain on their employer's health insurance plan for up to 18 months, provided that they continue to pay a monthly premium of 102% of the cost of their employer's plan. Wow, isn't that nice? So apparently that could total something around, so that's around $20,000 a year on average. Have any of you got $20,000 lying around? I sure don't. So here's the issue, all right? They've laid this out very nice. So, I mean, number one, it leaves too many workers uncovered, obviously, right? So this COBRA program, it's only for employers with over 20 employees. Okay, if you're an independent, if you have, so if you're categorized as an independent contractor or self-employed, yeah, you're not covered by this. All right, and workers must have been covered by an employer plan for at least 6 of the 12 months preceding their layoff. Now, that's one thing, right? Now here's the lovely part. Unemployed workers would still have to pay all of the copays, deductibles, and other out-of-pocket expenses associated with their private insurance plans. Wow. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? I mean, 100%. This bill subsidizes big insurance and big pharma at a time when all available resources need to be devoted to frontline patient care. Paying 102% of private insurance premiums while failing to rein in profiteering from the pharmaceutical and medical device industries is not a good use of public funds, especially when millions of workers are struggling for survival. I mean, not a good use of public funds. That's an understatement, okay? These are the vultures of the American private sector, big pharma, big insurance, swooping down to take even more money, right? And, I mean, Nancy Pelosi is more than happy to oblige them, as usual, right? So the Democrats didn't even come up with this idea. This is not Just let me show you. I mean, this is staggering. They didn't even come up with this. No, healthcare lobbyists wrote them a letter and said, listen, this is what we want. Now do it, bitch. And the Democrats are like, yes, master. And they get to work. So I think the letter was on March 19th. Is that it? Yeah. So given the corporate bailouts inherent in this legislation, it should come as no surprise that the proposals in this bill closely mirror the language of a March 19 letter to Congress from AHIP, the lobbying group for the health insurance industry, and the Blue Cross Blue Shield Association. So, you know, this is, they don't even bother trying to hide it. It's just, they're in plain sight. We want this, now do it. Are you guys surprised by this? Instead of trying to cover all workers, right? Instead of trying to make sure that people aren't screwed enough as it is. I mean, enough, just as it is right now, people are laid off, right? They got no income. They don't even know how they're going to pay the mortgage, the groceries, nothing. And on top of it, they got no health care. And what do the Democrats do? What does Nancy Pelosi do? Instead of trying to expand Medicare coverage to everybody, right? No. We can't have this socialism. We have to do what my masters in the private sector tell me to do. I mean, I told you, Nancy Pelosi is worth over $100 million. You don't get that rich in government being honest. You just don't, okay? It's public record. She takes contribution after contribution from every industry you can imagine, and especially the healthcare industry. Of course. I mean, I don't even know why I called that a contribution. Stop calling it a contribution. It's a fucking bribe. It's a bribe. Because no one who is sane, no one in their right mind would ever go for this crap. No one. This is ridiculous. I mean, even Donald Trump issued an order saying, listen, if someone is sick with coronavirus or they need testing and they go to a hospital, you take care of them, you don't give them a bill, and the government will reimburse you, which is, you know, essentially Medicare for all, but just for coronavirus, right? But no. Nancy Pelosi is of course, you know, doesn't matter, man. Wherever the wind blows, wherever the money comes from, she'll go to the left or the right, you know, who cares? And so will Donald Trump. These people, the only language they understand is money. And that's why I keep trying to tell you, you have no avenue with them unless you touch their money, right? Oh, man. And of course, I mean, of course, the issue is not just, man, I don't even know how Americans tolerate this. I mean, not only are they just stuffing wads of cash in the private sector, you know, feeding this alligator that has an endless appetite. Not only that, but this Cobra thing doesn't cover everyone. I mean, it's just whatever they want, they get away with, right? And even if you are somehow, I don't know if any of you are covered by this program, but even if you are covered by this Cobra program and they're being so generous to pay those fees for you, you still got to pay the copays, the deductibles, all of this crap. I mean, I don't even understand how it's why do you have the system? This is barbaric. This is ridiculous. This is a bureaucratic nightmare. Never mind wrong on a moral, ethical issue. And it makes no sense financially. I mean, even from the budget, we know that the private sector wastes 10 times more than Medicare and Medicaid. Okay? 2% versus 20% of overhead. But no. Who cares? Let's keep feeding this monster, this machine, because they give us contributions, meaning they bribe us. And there are some of you thinking like, oh yeah, if we get Joe Biden, then, we'll get the... Shut the fuck up, man. Grow the fuck up. When are you going to wake up, man? They're all on the same team, these people. They're on Team Money, Team Wall Street, Team Private Sector. They're not working for you. This is a mafia. This is a racket. This is the biggest racket of all time. I mean, what the private sector has been able to do with the American government is really something. They've infiltrated it like a fucking cancer, and the Democratic Party, for many decades now, for many decades, matter of fact, a century, is not the party of the workers. Okay, it's just a slightly less racist party of Wall Street compared to the Republican Party. That's it, man. They're all playing on the same team. Stop falling into this trap. Stop falling into this trap of thinking that, oh, you have a choice. No, you don't have a choice. You don't. This is a joke. They've bought your government. They've taken it over. Getting 5 progressives or 50 progressives into the House isn't going to do shit. This is like having, an arm with gangrene and then thinking that spraying a bit of rubbing alcohol on it is going to fix it. No. Wake up. Just another example of the Democrats' corruption. And I saw somebody, I forgot his name, I think he was from the Sanders campaign, writing about how the Democrats, they're really trying, and it's just they don't want to look bad, like they're obstructing and delaying things. Shut the fuck up, man. They're corrupt. Just fucking say it. Stop trying to lick their fucking balls, okay? Stop trying to kiss their ass. What are you doing? Do your fucking job. This is corruption. This is bribery. There is a culture of corruption and bribery in Washington, D.C. in both parties, and it is rampant. And if you are not clearly spelling that out, you are either incompetent or dishonest. And in both cases, shut your fucking mouth, you motherfucker. This is inexcusable. It was inexcusable last year, and it's especially egregious now during a pandemic. This is fucked up. This is not okay. And anyone who isn't calling it out, you're working with them. You're complicit. Fuck out of here, man. No other civilized country would tolerate this shit. I'm telling you. And if you go and you read through all these articles talking about this Cobra nonsense, I love how they try to slide in these explanations about, oh, well, we could pay for it because... No. Stop making bombs. There's already a pile of cash right there, okay? Just stop making bombs and killing people. There's your budget for Medicare for all, okay? You happy? Now shut your fucking mouth. This is... I don't tolerate this nonsense. I don't tolerate this bullshit. You are the richest country on earth. You have all the money and resources any nation or empire could possibly want, okay? You have the money. You have the resources. You have the capabilities. We're in 2020. This is logistically feasible. Anyone who tells you otherwise is a lying motherfucker. Period. This is a question of prioritization. They don't want to give it to you because they have other priorities. That's it. It's that fucking simple. I don't want to listen to all this horse shit, all of this noise. Other countries have achieved this. You have no excuse. Shut your fucking mouth. Go fuck yourself. You're full of shit. I'm not tolerating this. No, you're full of fucking shit. America has so much fucking money. You could have Medicare for all for yourselves and other fucking countries. That's how fucking rich you are. You just shit money when the Federal Reserve wants to help out Wall Street. Oh, it just comes out of nowhere. Oh, Medicare for all. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Fuck off. This is nothing but a racket. Nancy Pelosi, the Democrats, not only do they clearly, obviously do what the private sector tells them, these lobbyists who they work for, but on top of it, I mean, on top of it, this covering of the COBRA program, you still have to pay copays, deductibles, all this shit. Like it's not even, it's some kind of relief, right? We'll give these people peace of mind. No. It's a half-assed measure as long as our friends in the private sector can profit, and then we're still going to make you pay for it. Like even if you're sick, even if you need health insurance, we're still going to fuck you in the middle of a pandemic. But our buddies in the private sector, we take good care of them. And that's why Nancy Pelosi is worth $100 million and you have no health care. Who do these people think they're bullshitting? I swear to God, if someone starts talking about, oh, we can't afford Medicare, I don't even talk to this person. I'm sorry. I'm not. This is like debating if 1 + 1 = 2. Of course you can afford it. You're a fucking idiot. Or you're a liar. Either way, why would I bother debating something like that with you? You're an idiot. You're telling me Switzerland can do that and you can't? Oh, and then they give you, yeah, but America has more people. You know, Switzerland's a small country. No, asshole. Have you ever taken a fucking single class in geography or economics? Do you even understand what the fuck per capita means? You're paying more per capita. Which means you're being fucked. Someone is shorting you, screwing you over, suckering you. Fucking bonehead. I mean, this is not even a leftist issue. This is ridiculous. You have, dude, in Europe, okay, Western Europe, your allies, your NATO allies, even when a right-wing government comes in, they don't touch the fucking healthcare system. I mean, yeah, sure, they try to chip away at it. Just look at the UK. You have some, these 0-hour contracts. You have them outsourcing some of the services, but essentially, I mean, they leave the thing intact. The idea that you would get rid of the healthcare system, I mean, this is a lunacy. You want to revolt, try it. And I feel like I'm forgetting one thing, but yeah, it's just this is just ridiculous, man. And the fact that they put no cap on drug prices. Nothing. Like, this is absolutely absurd, man. Listen to me. Listen. You have a lot of people have established that this coronavirus pandemic is so serious that you have to treat it like we're in wartime, right? This is not wartime behavior. Okay? In World War II, what was the tax bracket for the top 1%? Something in the 94%, something like that. Dude, if this were wartime, the entire healthcare service would be nationalized. Okay, every fucking aspirin would belong to the government. Never mind all the hospitals, medical equipment, everything. Okay, this is bullshit. So when the Democrats tell you that Donald Trump is being irresponsible and, he acted too late and he didn't do enough and he's not taking coronavirus seriously. Okay, why the fuck aren't you? If you take this seriously, you would be trying to nationalize the entire healthcare service right now. But of course they won't. Because they'd rather do shit like this. Covering Cobra premiums while they keep, guzzling fucking bribes from Wall Street. Of course. Remember that. If the Democrats took this pandemic seriously, they would be nationalizing the healthcare service just like they did in Spain, for example. Okay? Not trying to give their buddies in the private sector more money. End of story. So, this is just... Whoa, we got 159 people in the stream. But only 128 likes. Make sure you smash the like button for the algorithm so more people see it. If you're on mobile, you got to hide the live chat. All right, let me read you super chats real quick. Yo, Precious Taurus, $2 in the super chat, says, I'm broke, but I love you and wanted to thank you for opening my eyes. Bless you. Thank you so much. That's really sweet. We got $5 as well from Steph. Steph is in the house. Biden is the worst chosen candidate on purpose. The Dem Party is comfortable. Hold on, I think the window's too small. 1 second. Yeah, the Dem Party is comfortable in their role as fake opposition while all bidding is still passed. Exactly. And we'll get into that even more in a second, but you're absolutely right. And, this idea you have choice. There's so many people that still believe that. It's shocking. Ben Riley, my man. Thank you so much for the super chat. We got $10 from my man Ben Riley. Says, can't stay long, but wanted to toss you a few bucks. For your info, have you considered talking to Vosh? I don't know who that is. It says, do not debate this man. He's a cyberbully debater. I mean, look, there are a few people, who asked me to debate stuff. And, look, debates are good face-to-face. I guess you could do them over Twitch. I don't know how you do this, how on YouTube, or Skype, whatever. But like, dude, there's certain topics. I mean, what exactly do you want? Like, for example, Biden, the lesser of two evils, right? This is something that people talk about. I'm not interested. It's not a debate. I'm telling you facts. I'm listing his record for you. It's like I'm telling you 1 + 1 = 2. If you can't see that, no amount of talking is going to convince you because you're blind. So if you can't acknowledge that Biden is just as bad as every fucking motherfucker that came before him, I really can't help you. Because you're falling into this trap of like, oh, it's a two-party. No, it's not a two-party system. They all work together for Wall Street, okay? And whether this one is a tiny bit better on this issue or tiny bit, it makes no fucking difference. The result is the same. Also, the fucking audacity, like this is what I love. There's people who listen to me talk about this. I'm telling you, Biden bombed the shit out of my country, and they're like, but the Supreme Court, motherfucker, fuck your Supreme Court. I don't give a fuck about your Supreme Court. Do you understand what the concept of bombing people is? Do you understand what that is, to be invaded? Clearly you don't. So why the fuck would I debate you on an issue you can't even fucking comprehend because you haven't been on the receiving end of American foreign policy, you fucking cunt. Go fuck yourself. I'm not debating that. Go and get educated. $10 in a super chat from Justin. By the way, I wasn't insulting you, Ben. That wasn't for you. All right, that wasn't for you. That's just for the people who don't want to accept that, the reality about Biden and everything else. So we got another $10 in a super chat from Justin. Thank you so much. Thank you, my dude. We got Random Nobody dropping $10 in the chat. Says, the U.S. people are pathetic. They don't want a revolution. They want everything to go back to normal. Yes. And, this is what's interesting about the concept of going back to normal, right? It's that when neoliberals tell you, oh, we want a return to normalcy, what they mean is that we want to go back to doing the same shit that Trump is doing, but without the ugly face on it, right? We want to go back to bombing people and letting our elected representatives rip us off and feed the private sector instead of working for us. We want to go back to all the same shit, but we just don't want to face it, okay? We want to do it in secrecy. That's what they mean. Okay, that's what a return to normalcy is for them, okay? Mona, so good to see you, girl, says, and Bernie, AOC, and other progressives in office refuse to call Pelosi out over this crap. We're getting to that. I saw what you said. They need to be calling her out over Cobra bullshit. So definitely that's one thing. And also, like I said, we'll get to them not doing their jobs in a second. But like, I 100% agree. I mean, this is what's interesting. Like, if you look at what's going on now, so, you know, the Democrats, they want this Cobra proposal. Bernie and Jayapal, they're proposing a kind of emergency Medicare for all, but it doesn't go as far as actually establishing it. And my point is that, of course, Bernie Sanders and Jayapal are not going to call out Nancy Pelosi. Of course not. Neither is AOC. None of them. They will never, ever cross Pelosi or any of these other neoliberals or career Democrats because they don't want infighting. You know, that's it. At the end of the day, I told you, they all play on the same team. They're fucking spineless. They're cowards. Or maybe, you know what? Maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe they're being blackmailed. Who knows? But the result is still the same. You got no health care. So if you think you can get change through Washington, D.C., good luck. So, $5 in a super chat from Mariposa says, you should go on the Humanist Report. Oh, I fucking love Mike. I really do. He's outstanding. I love everything about him, everything he does. So I don't know if Mike is listening to this, but I would absolutely love to if that were possible one day. That would be such an honor. David Dole, I think that's Rational National. Yeah, he's also dope. He's from Canada, right? I really like what he does. Just discovered your channel via Mike. Oh shit, Mike was talking about me? No way. I know he commented on that video that went viral, and man, I swear to God, like he was the first person to say anything about that, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, dude, that was so dope. So yeah, thanks for your clarity and perspective. Thank you. I really appreciate the kind words. Steve Jacob dropping $7 in the super chat. Thank you. Says the presidents are getting dumber and more controllable. Well, I mean, that's the thing, you know. Before they used to say George Bush is really dumb, right? And now everything that they used to say about George Bush, it's like, oh no, Trump is dumber. Trump is worse. And they're all the fucking same, man. I honestly think that Trump is a showman more than anything else. I'm not 100% convinced that he's actually dumb. I think he's. I mean, the dude literally comes from television, right? He comes from TV world, right? Food for thought. But yes, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all the same shit. Doesn't matter. I don't care what their names are. I don't care what party they are. If at the end of the day you still have no health care, you still got no wages, they're still bombing the Middle East. I mean, what's changed? You have no credible argument. None. The things that you can point to were crumbs that they gave you on purpose so you have something to point to. That's it. I really... I don't know how many ways I can explain this to you. It's so tiring. It really is. It's not even like you can literally verify. It's public record that these people take money from the same donors, even though they're on both, on opposing sides, supposedly. And then they all vote unanimously for the same things. I mean, what more proof do you need? You're a lunatic. You are a fucking lunatic. And it's so funny, like they couldn't pray, they couldn't wish for more obedient, complacent morons who try to defend this notion that, the Democrats, they're better than the Republicans or vice versa. No, they're all shit. So, thank you for all these nice comments. So, anyway, yeah, I really love Mike. Also, I don't know if I can, I don't want to flex too much, but because I don't know if he's watching right now, but I know that Glenn Greenwald is a fan of the show, so I can finally die happy. I can die in peace now. Seriously, that's like the biggest honor. It's just unbelievable. I'm so happy about that. Hey, we got $10 in the super chat from Wicked Motivated. It says, thank you, Richie, for emulating my opinion on everything. I consider it common sense politics, but common sense isn't common. So I digress and rely on you to educate the masses. Bless you. I really appreciate that. And you know, I really feel like most of the stuff I'm saying is only controversial in America. Like, to this day, I'm pretty sure that most Europeans, they don't know that America has like a healthcare system like this. I can assure you. They automatically assume that, yeah, of course America has, you know, the same stuff we do. Because it's such a, like, why would you have anything else, right? And when you tell them, I mean, you've seen a video, I think, who covered that? Was it Jimmy Dore or I can't remember who he was, but you had somebody going around in London asking people, like, you know, how much do you think this procedure costs in the United States? And they're shocked because like this is lunacy, you know? So anyway, so yeah, let's talk about the next big thing. Oh God. Are you guys ready for a funny one? Like this is just ridiculous. What we're about to talk. Okay, listen. Goddamn camera acting up. We Gucci. Okay, so moving on. Did you guys see that video about the ice cream, Pelosi, or videos rather? I think I did several ones. People are gonna think I don't like ice cream. No, it's that is really not the issue. So listen. So you guys remember Nancy Pelosi? She went on Corden's show, and to appear relatable during quarantine, she starts showing off her freezer full of designer ice cream and her two ridiculously priced fridges. I think together they cost something like $24,000. And I mean, this chick, all right, Nancy Pelosi, she's living the life, taking all that Wall Street money, big pharma money, and then doing favors for the private sector instead of working for you. And then after initially she didn't even want to give you the $1,200, right? She was against it. She started delaying it. And then after it got passed, what does she do? What does she do while you're starving, while you can't cover your bills? She starts showing off all this designer ice cream and her nice fridges and trying to be relatable while doing the complete fucking opposite. And in true fashion of The View, The View come on to defend Nancy Pelosi. Why? Because the big, bad, meanie Donald Trump launched an attack ad about Nancy Pelosi showing off her ice cream. So let's watch the ad and pay attention to the response from The View. Get ready for some real cringe. All aboard. Let's go.
In 48 hours, I said, well, I don't think so. They objected, and I congratulate the Senate Democrats.
Speaker Pelosi, what are you going to share with us from your home?
Chocolate candy,
This specific program is about stopping job losses today.
This is hurting people bad.
Other people in our family look for some other flavors, but
right now it's survival mode.
So I want to point out that the ice cream she's talking about actually comes from a small business. I know that because I send this ice cream out to people. And she is one of the people that is fighting to make sure that small businesses are able to get the testing they need and the stuff that they need. So, Joy, you kind of feel like she's being scapegoated here?
Of course. But I love that you just said that that's a small business. That's perfect. You know, the Democrats are, in fact, fighting for more funding for hospitals and as well as relief for small businesses, for minorities and veterans. Okay, that's what the Democrats are fighting for. So this is just another distraction. You know, okay, it doesn't look good, maybe. I mean, she's got an expensive refrigerator. Let's go to Trump Tower and see what kind of refrigerator he has, you know. But yesterday, Trump, I don't know if you saw this, yesterday, he's bragging about...
No. Hold on there. What did she say before?
And she is one of the small business. I know that because I send this ice cream.
Yeah, you would. Are you guys ready for my stand-up comedy? The elites and the neoliberals heard the progressives don't like corporations. So Whoopi Goldberg was like, hey guys, the ice cream is from a small business. So, just saying. I use it too. Because, I mean, I'm not trying to flex, but you know, I also buy overpriced ice cream. Just saying. No one cares whether it's a small business or not. How much was the ice cream, Whoopi? How much was the ice cream? How much were the fridges? How much were the fridges, Whoopi? How much were the fridges? The fridges, Whoopi! How much were they? How much were the fridges, Whoopi? Answer the question. That is the shittiest deflection I've ever seen. Oh my God. It's from a small business.
Out to people. And she is one of the people that is fighting to make sure that small businesses are able to get the testing they need and the stuff that they need. So, Joy, you kind of feel like she's being scapegoated here?
Oh no, Joy, do not feel like our esteemed colleague Nancy Pelosi. She was being scapegoated. She's the victim of a senseless attack by the orangutan Trump. Shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up. You know better than that. Don't start this bullshit. She's being scapegoated. Fuck out of here.
Of course. But I love that you just said that that's a small business. That's perfect. You know, the Democrats are, in fact, fighting for more funding for hospitals and as well as relief for small businesses, for minorities and veterans. Okay, that's what the Democrats are fighting for. So this is just another distraction. You know, okay, it doesn't look good, maybe. I mean, she's got an expensive refrigerator.
Oh, you think?
Let's go to Trump Tower and see what kind of refrigerator he has. You know?
No.
Yesterday, Trump, I don't know if you saw this, yesterday, he's bragging about how much people love him. In the middle of death and dying, this narcissist is talking about how beloved he is. You know, so when it comes to optics, Nancy's got nothing on Donald. And may I just a little...
Yeah, but man, look at how she's trying to change the subject. So she acknowledges, yeah, it doesn't look good. And then she starts telling you, but I wonder what kind of trim, I wonder what kind of fridge Trump has. But No. You keep telling us that you're better than Trump, right? You keep telling us he's a fascist, he's a narcissist, he's this, he's that, he's everything. And he is a lot of those things. But you, the Democrats, you keep insisting how much better you are than him, right? Well, clearly that's wrong. So, yeah, go fuck yourself. And then she's like, oh, Donald Trump, he's flexing, man. Trump is telling people about how much he's liked. No. I think what she's referring to is the fact that Donald Trump has a 96, 98% favorability in his own party. That should fucking scare you. Because ain't no way in hell you're getting Trump voters to go and vote for Sleepy Joe. All right? That should fucking scare you. You dingus.
Little piece of advice to Nancy and all these Democrats. Don't go on comedy shows. They're traps. They're traps. They get you to say things there because you feel you're being funny. Leave it to the professionals and don't go on comedy shows. Come on our show.
Oh my God.
Well, no, do go on. You have every right to say what's in your refrigerator. The man asked you, and there's nothing.
Dude, they just can't stop. They just won't address the fucking issue. It's all, oh, we're the victims. Trump is the meanie, and everything that we accuse him of doing, we could never fathom. Oh boy. Just won't address the issue of the wealth inequality, the disparity that you have an elected official, the Speaker of the House, the leader of the party that is supposed to represent workers, worth over $100 fucking million. I don't even know what you could do with that money. I can't even visualize that. And she's showing off her fridge to people that she didn't even want to give these crumbs to in the first place. Get the hell out of here, man. Get the hell out of here. And I love it as a come on our show. Ugh. Yeah, probably with a hazmat suit. What a bunch of clowns, man. What a bunch of clowns. Also, what's wrong with Meghan McCain? I don't see her talk very often lately, which is good. Keep it that way. Shut your fucking mouth. Fucking war hawk, bitch. Do you guys remember when they had Tulsi Gabbard on, and like the first thing she asks her is like, but you're an Assad apologist. What? Hold on. Meghan McCain, whose dad went to Syria to fund jihadists, is now trying to appear holier than thou. Am I losing my mind here? Your dad funded terrorists with U.S. taxpayer money. You should be hiding if Tulsi Gabbard came on the show. You should go and hide backstage, lest she ask you what the fuck your dad was doing in Syria. Fucking hypocrites. So yeah, I mean, listen, dude. Listen. I don't know what to say. These people are morons. I mean, so let me read your comments real quick. Hey, look what we got. Look, Wes Crosby's in the house, my man. We got $20 from my man Wes. It's good to see you, brother. Says, cheers, Poppy. Whoopi and her insane clown posse do nothing but gaslight. This is what you should believe, or you are against the resistance. Get the fuck out of here. They're just as bad as Fox News. They really are. By the way, one more thing I wanted to show you before I forget about Whoopi Goldberg. Are you guys ready for this? Are you guys ready? Because I'm about to shatter. Are you ready? Do you know what Whoopi Goldberg's real name is? Karen. You can't make this up. You can't make this up, man. Look. Oh my God. Look at this. It's fucking Karen. The jokes just write themselves, man. They really do. They just write themselves. You know, talk about an out of touch elitist. I mean, everything Whoopi Goldberg says is it's really like she's living on another planet. It's quite saddening because me growing up, I loved her. I thought, wow, she's an amazing actress. She's so awesome. And then, as soon as I started hearing her political takes, I'm like, what? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Please, you please stop. It's really saddening. So, I can't tolerate these kinds of shows. I mean, these people are completely out of touch with, not their constituents, they're not elected officials, but these people are millionaires, upper class, they're privileged as heck, okay? And they're so out of touch with the people watching their shows or, just the general public to be defending crap like that. But you know the rule. The elites look after their own. And Whoopi Goldberg, you remember what you said about Biden? He's a hands-on type of guy. Wait, what? No. What did you say? He's a hands-on type of guy. No, bitch. He's touching women inappropriately. And they're coming on your show to tell you that. And you take this rapist's word over theirs? This is not one woman. This is a dozen women. One of them was in Congress, right? Flores. Have you lost it? I just... Karen. Anyway, so... We got $5 in a super chat from Joe Mama 365. Pelosi will get a bad cavity at the very least. Well, that's at the very least. That's at the very, very least. $20 in the super chat from Wooden Mines. Thank you, Wooden Mines. Jenny's 32 stores across the country. She is a millionaire, which is fine, but don't act like she's mom and pop down the road. However, they're deflecting and focusing on ice cream and not the big picture about the ice cream. Yeah, I've told you this, guys, before. Listen, it would be half as bad if they had taken care of everybody, right? If they had given you like $2,000 UBI, another $1,000 for your kids, you have Medicare for all, Green New Deal, infrastructure, no more wars, and then they want to live a privileged life, by all means, go ahead. But now when you're fucking everybody over, and then on top of it, you want to rub it in their faces. Now it's fuck you. You can't have it both ways. This is not acceptable. This is not acceptable. They're not meeting you halfway. They're not even meeting you 1/10 of the way. It's me, and my friends, and fuck you. That's what it is. So, I think it disconnected real quick right there. I hope we're Gucci. I see Kathy Lloyd in the house. Says, bummer, I am late. Do not worry. We are nowhere near as done. Okay. I really appreciate all the support, guys. I really do. Thank you so much. And yeah, it's like I told you, man. They don't even want to meet you halfway, or no. It's we take all and we screw you. Yo, this is not gonna work. This is not gonna work. Okay, so 1 second. Oh, we got a donation on PayPal. Thank you very much to Gail. I don't know if Gail is watching now, but merci beaucoup. Thank you so much. And is this a good time to plug the show? Let me plug the show, man. Come on, let me plug the show before I get into my next segment. All right. So where we at? Look at this. Look at you, beautiful souls. We are already at 164 members on Patreon, and we are on our way to the next goal. So we out here, man. We're making strides. Okay. So if you want to support the show, if you want to support independent media and get away from Joe sniffing, then I'm going to drop the links in the chat 1 second, and you can go and support the show either on PayPal or on Patreon. Thank you so much, guys. You absolutely rock. So here we go, guys. Patreon.com/PuppyChulaman. PayPal.me. And we're going to play the crab dance, of course. We ain't had one single crab dance yet. Okay? You know, that's a tradition. When somebody signs up, when you get a new member, we play a crab dance in their honor. Okay? And it's a whole rave in the chat. It's a whole rave out here. 1 second. I got to stay dehydrated. All right? I keep forgetting. Yeah, Putin says still cracking up about Karen. It really is hilarious. I was not expecting that. I thought people were playing. Yo, we got $5 in a super chat from none other than our very own Tisha. Thank you so much. Let them eat ice cream. Indeed, from Nancy Antoinette. Also, one second, man. Just 1 second. I just want to say one last thing, okay, about this ad, because listen, Donald Trump making an ad out of Nancy Pelosi eating ice cream, and at the end he said, "Let them eat ice cream," from Nancy Antoinette. I found that kind of funny. I mean, it's not his best ad, but I think, you know, Bernie Sanders didn't do a single negative ad about Joe Biden. What's up with that, man? Donald Trump isn't running against Pelosi. He does ads anyway. Hold on. I saw... Oh, shit. I just remembered one ad he did against Trump. I think it was... Hold on a second. No, he didn't do an... Trump didn't do an ad against Trump. It was against Biden. Oh, shit. It was with Corn Pop. Oh, my God. I got to show you. But 1 second. I think... Oh, we got another generous contribution on PayPal. Thank you so much to Michelle Smith. I really, really, really appreciate it. I hope they're watching, because sometimes it could be random, but I hope you're watching, and I really appreciate it. Bless you. Thank you so much. So there was a new ad from Trump. Oh my God. Hold on. This was really funny. So this just oh my God. Yeah, here we go. I think this was it. What? You're kidding. Oh, they copyright striked it? I'm sure somebody else uploaded it. Do you remember when he did one with Nickelback? Look at this photograph. And it was Hunter Biden and Joe Biden with those gas and oil executives golfing together. I don't think Trump makes those memes, but, you know, he understands his base. And the Democrats, I mean, it's not that they don't know how to play politics. No, they just don't care if they win or lose. There's Nancy Pelosi still getting her money. Okay, like let's be clear. If Trump wins, it's even better. She gets to fundraise off of him. She makes more money. Her friends make more money. Of course she wants Trump to win. This is all fake resistance, man. So I don't know. Maybe somebody can send me the link. I when I'm live streaming, I can't use my Google search functions to my full ability. So, yo, thank you so much to Brandon B. I really appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much for your contribution. Bless you guys. You are absolutely amazing. So, okay, maybe somebody can link me that ad afterwards. Hey, we got $50 in the super chat from none other than Kathy. Thank you so much, Kathy. You are amazing. You are amazing. Also, man, I'm loving these stickers. These are some very formidable stickers indeed. I really appreciate it. And $20 as well from Tisha. Thank you so much, Tisha. Says, I need a crab dance for upping my pledge. You are right. I owe you one. I owe Tisha. She upped her pledge on Patreon, so I owe her a crab dance. You got it, girl. 1 second. Hell to the yeah. So, for those of you who don't know the crab dance yet, you're about to be initiated.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude. And he ran a bunch of bad boys. Wait. You're getting nervous, man. Calm down. It's okay.
Ed O'Keefe's face, absolutely amazing. All right, so I'll play a crab dance in your honor for whoever signs up on patreon.com. You get a crab dance, okay? So let's move on to the next segment. All right. I mean, we got so much stuff to talk about. You know, you guys saw the stuff with the oil prices. Okay, so I was hesitating to do a segment about this because I didn't just want to, like, yeah, okay, I can explain to you why they're priced now at minus $37 or whatever it is. I think they jumped back up to zero. Obviously, I can explain that to you, but I wanted to give a more nuanced, like, I wanted to put into context with Venezuela, with Iran, with Russia, China. Let's talk a bit about that afterwards, if we still got time. So, otherwise, I'm going to film a proper segment, so don't worry. All right. So, all right, let's move on to the next segment. What I wanted to talk about with y'all. Getting dehydrated. Oh. Also, you know, I'm trying really hard not to be, like, extra... What's the word? Not anxious, but like, I'm trying to keep my cool because you never know who's watching the live streams. Like, it's very flattering, but still, you know, it's kind of. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Are you guys ready for this one? By the way, if anyone finds the video of AOC talking on Instagram Live earlier about supporting Biden, please send it to me because we talked about that in the chat, but I couldn't find it quickly. So, okay. Let me pull this up over here. I want to go on a rant about Bush right now, but I'm going to try and stay on topic, okay? I'm going to try and stay on topic because this is something else. Yeah, so I do have this video. All right, I'll get into that. So here we go. So the Senate just passed the next stimulus package. Okay, I think this is the fourth one, but they're calling it 3.5 or something. And tomorrow morning, they're going to vote on it in the House. You can already guess it's going to pass. And, of course, AOC, as usual, comes online and starts grandstanding. I believe that's the term. She starts talking about how unjust the government is being towards the American people, which is true. Right? And she starts talking about how these bills, they don't contain enough money to help working class people get by, which is true. And I can't, okay, I'm going to get into my analysis afterwards. I'm trying so hard to stay calm because I know when I watch this, I'm going to get annoyed. So she goes on, does a kind of, what is it, a town hall? I think it was a town hall or something with other people. Anyway, she did a live stream talking about this and grandstanding about how unjust it is, even though she voted for the last stimulus package, and then pretends that she didn't. So let's take a look at what she had to say. All right.
19. But that being said, when we talk about the solutions that Congress needs to have moving forward, I just think it's important for us to say that incrementalism is not helpful in this moment. It's not helpful for people to say, oh, well, we got something, so we might as well support it. You know, we got a nickel, we got a dime in $1 trillion bill, so a nickel is more than nothing, so we should support it, is unacceptable. Not in my community, A nickel doesn't help. It's like putting a Band-Aid on an enormous wound. It's not going to help us. And the thing is that I would be amenable to accepting this kind of logic if Congress actually was in session and convening. But if you're going to say, and if we're going to say that this new bill is going to give us $5 and then Congress is going to peace out for another month-long recess, I'm here to say that that's not going to help our communities. And we have to make sure that we demand meaningful change and meaningful assistance for working families. That means $2,000 a month plus $1,000 for your kids recurring. That means everyone who needs to go to a hospital can go to a hospital without their last words before being intubated being, how much is this going to cost me, which is what is happening in our district. Their last words about being uttered about people being worried about the financial position that they're putting their family in because they contracted a virus that they have no control over contracting. And then lastly, we have to make sure that all people in this country are successfully being covered so that that can enable the public health provisions that are necessary. Because this isn't about who's an immigrant and who's a citizen and who's a legal resident. Coronavirus doesn't care about your status. Coronavirus doesn't ask you for your papers. And if we need to keep people inside, to keep them alive, then we need to give people the economic ability to do so.
Okay. Great. I agree with everything she said. Yeah, you're giving people a dime, a nickel. That's not enough. You're giving people these crumbs, $1,200. That's not enough. Where's the health care? Where's the Medicare for all? Where's the pressure to get a little, just a fucking little of the progressive agenda passed? Anything. Why is Trump more to the left than you? Why was he waiving payments? Why was he waiving payments for coronavirus treatments at hospitals? Why didn't that come from the Democrats? Why are the Democrats trying to give more money with this COBRA incentive? Why are the Democrats trying to put more money in the private sector? Give more money to their buddies in the private sector? What's going on here? What's going on here? You have the community, Bronx, Queens, that's been the most severely impacted by coronavirus, right? You're telling us how serious it is. What are you doing about it? Get the fuck off your fucking live stream, go to fucking Washington, and get some fucking things done, okay? My job is to give you shit. Your fucking job is not to live stream, it's to go and get shit done. Not grandstand and give these nice speeches on the floor and then go on the live stream and talk about, oh, we need to do this. Bitch, don't tell me. Go tell Nancy Pelosi. Tell your fucking colleagues. We know this shit. Go pick up the fucking phone, call Nancy Pelosi, call your colleagues, and tell them that. Not us, bitch. We know the shit. Enough with this fucking theater. You have so much reach and influence. You're one of the most popular politicians in the country, if not the world. What are you doing with your reach? What are you doing with your leverage? Where is it? Why aren't you using your leverage to hold rent strikes, to do any kind of direct action? Why did you throw your leverage away and go and support Joe Biden? Why are you going and doing a fucking PR tour for Joe Biden, the cocksucker, Joe Biden, the rapist, and the war criminal, who told you he will veto Medicare for all? Why are you on a PR tour for someone who's diametrically opposed to everything progressives want? Why are you going on The View? Why are you doing Instagram lives for Joe Biden instead of going and pressuring Nancy Pelosi and doing protests outside her office like you used to do? This ain't the same AOC that I saw 3 years ago. Who the fuck is this? Get off the fucking phone, get off of Twitter, and go and do your fucking job, you progressive. This is the resistance? You call this fighting? Ranting at your constituents about what we need? Bitch, we know what we need. It's your party colleagues who don't understand what we fucking need. So go and tell them and do your fucking job. Is it that hard? Is it that hard? Or could it be that you just don't want to do that because it doesn't align with your career advancement? You don't want to rock the boat, right? You don't want to annoy Mama Bear. Why Wonderful. This is the resistance, guys. Washington, D.C., where the movements go to die. And it's not just her. What did Bernie Sanders do with his political movement? The largest political movement in modern American history. What does he do with it? Throw it in the toilet. All the leverage, throw it in the toilet. Joe Biden is a friend of mine. Endorsing that war criminal. AOC, same thing. What does she do with all her leverage? What does she do with all her power, her influence? Down the toilet. Out the window. And goes and does a PR tour for a rapist. Fuck all of you. This is bullshit. Get your fucking ass off of the internet, put your phone away, and don't come back until you got some fucking concessions, all right? Because if you call yourself a progressive and then you go to Washington, D.C. to vote like a neoliberal and fall in line like a neoliberal, then guess what? You ain't a fucking progressive, are you? You ain't no fucking ally to us, are you? You ain't no fucking good to us, are you? If you're gonna act like them and fall in line behind them. Don't give me this, the long game. Bitch, there ain't no fucking long game. You just told us how many people are fucking dying. You allegedly understand the gravity of the situation. And it's not just about COVID-19. What the fuck were you doing last year? Huh? Where's the pressure? Where is the pressure? Where is this fighting we keep hearing about? I did a live stream and, I ranted at my constituents. Listen to me. I don't work in Washington, D.C. You fucking do. You work at Washington, D.C. You got elected. Go and do your fucking job. This is bullshit. Can you believe the nerve? The nerve that these people have, gaslighting you, making fun of you, mocking you to your face. She's taking you for a ride. She's taking you for a ride. She says all the right words. She knows how to play politics now. She knows her audience. She knows her base. She knows how to talk the talk. But when it comes down to it, she won't ever get out of line. What about this Cobra nonsense, huh? What about this stimulus package? Why aren't you calling out Nancy Pelosi? Why haven't you called out a single Democrat? They're all corrupt. You know that they take money from corporations and lobbyists. We know because that's what you ran on. You said you were better than them. So why are you acting like them? Why are you enabling them? Why are you blunted? Where's the fire that we saw in you? Stop fucking around and bullshitting people. And then fucking lying about it, saying, I couldn't support the stimulus package. No. What did you vote? Did you vote yes or no? Did you vote yes or no? And then the same thing with the one that's going to be voted on tomorrow. She says, I don't think I'll be able to support it. Why won't you say that you're going to vote no? Could it be that you're bullshitting us? Why are you speaking like a lawyer? Why are you speaking like a politician? Why don't you give it to us straight? Give it to us straight. Don't be fucking spineless. It's over, man. I told you, Washington, D.C., you send a politician there, they absorb them. Done. Look at this bullshit. This grandstanding bullshit. We need this, and tweeting about, we need that. I don't want you to tweet what we need. I want you to go and knock on Nancy Pelosi's door, the one you call Mama Bear, and tell her that, you fucking moron, not us. Why aren't you calling her out? Why won't you cross the Democratic leadership? Why aren't you endorsing people who are running? Why aren't you endorsing progressives running against incumbent corporate Democrats? Why are you only endorsing progressives that run against Republicans, which is very convenient to do so you don't have to have a little awkward conversation in the break room? You fucking sellout. You fucking coward. Cori Bush ran with you. And now that you got yours, you leave her behind? What happened to the progressive movement? What happened to the notion that, if we get enough progressives in, then we could alter the balance and all this fucking horse shit? Look at you. You're one of the most popular people in the country. One of the most popular politicians. Oh no, but Tucker Carlson made fun of me. Bitch, fuck you and fuck Tucker Carlson. Where's Medicare for all? Where's the checks? What is this $1,200? Why are you tweeting about Tucker Carlson? Do your fucking job. And if you think this is okay, then you're part of the problem. Wake up, motherfucker. These ain't your friends. You got no friends in Washington, D.C. At the end of the day, they all play on the same team. All of them. They vote the same. They endorse the same. They never step out of line. Remember that. Fucking hack. I'm tolerating this shit. Thank you for the soup. Can you guys hear me? Thank you for the super chats. We got $10 from Wooden Mines. It says we have to wait for the text. Who the F is writing it? They won't. And why won't you tell us who it is? Tell us, what did they say when you say I want X, Y, and Z? Who's writing the effing bill? Yeah. You know, they just. This is what's so funny. They the way the Democrats work, all right? So they'll tell you that, oh, we had no time and they gave us the bill at the last minute and, oh, we couldn't really change anything and, oh, Mitch McConnell and, oh, this and that and that. Do I look like I'm 5 years old? Was I born yesterday? You're taking money from the same people that are giving him money. You're full of shit. You're full of shit. Not AOC. I'm talking about the Democrats in general. I don't know. I would assume AOC doesn't take corporate money, but that I don't care if she takes corporate money or not anymore because, I mean, obviously you shouldn't. But the point is that if you're going into Washington, D.C. and saying that, look, I don't take corporate money, I'm uncorruptible and I'm not beholden to anyone, but then you still end up acting like them, clearly there's some kind of pressure being applied on you. And if the result is the same, you're not serving your constituents, you're not delivering on the promises you made, obviously you're fucking useless, okay? Maybe it's through no fault of your own. I'm not arguing that. I don't care. I'm not interested in knowing the exact reason. I'm interested in results. I want results. This is not the time to be fucking around. She keeps telling you, oh, this bill is so unjust. They're giving all the money to the corporations. Working class people are getting nothing. People in my district are dying. Then do something about it, you motherfucker. Do something about it. Go and turn your fucking phone off and go and do something about it. This is unbelievable. She really thinks we're suckers. I mean, this is what they want. They want to sheepdog you. It's like, hey, look, man, I'm fighting for you. I'm doing my best and this and that. Where's the results? 1 year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, nothing. Nothing. I'm telling you, you're never, ever, ever getting Medicare for all with these people. It's not happening. It's not happening. I'm telling you this. Even Trump is more left than them on these issues. Right? Because he's giving free coronavirus treatment and testing to all hospitals, right? Regardless if you have insurance or not. And then he's saying he wants to suspend student loan payments for 6 months. What the fuck? What? You're going from... Am I losing my mind? What is your excuse? Again, I don't give a shit about Trump. That guy will go any direction as long as it makes him look good. Obviously, no shit. But what is this? This is inexcusable. Why won't you call out any of your leadership by name? Why won't you say their names? Say their fucking names. Put their feet to the fire. If you're really gonna fight. If you're not, then turn off your fucking phone. At least stop insulting people. We got another $10 from Justin. My man says, time for the people to take back the means of production. It's only presented as impossible by the same politicians that will never do it for us. Exactly, man. I mean, it's not even like they won't even give you an inch. You know, in Germany, for example, I can't remember what the threshold is. I think it's companies with over 500 employees, or it could be thousands. You know, it has to be a large company. You have half the board represented by workers. Okay, I mean, is Germany a communist country? Surely not. Surely not. Well, not anymore. Germany's the most powerful economic powerhouse in Europe. Okay, it's the richest country in Europe. They got the best economy. Half of their GDP, 50% of the GDP is exports. Don't give me this nonsense. And they have worker co-ops over there. They won't even give you that in the U.S. Bernie Sanders had a plan for it, but you know. Do you think they got that as a concession? Of course not. Of course not. And Trump was saying, I'm going to bring back manufacturing and the Rust Belt and outsourcing, right? He attacked NAFTA. What did he do about it? He tried to do like another version of the TPP. And then what does he do about all the plants that closed? Ford, Nissan. 90,000 jobs outsourced under him. Where's the guy who's against trade deals? Against outsourcing? Where's the guy who's for protecting the American worker? They're all full of shit, man. They're all full of shit. One way you take back the means of production is you strike. General strike. Rent strike. Debt strike. All of it. I mean, guys, seriously, they have no excuse for this. Just like she's going on and doing a live stream, all she has to do is turn on her computer, her phone, and say, guys, May 1st, rent strike. Don't pay your rent until they give us Medicare for all. Do you know AOC has, I think it's on Twitter and Instagram, I'm not sure, somebody look it up for me, but on the internet, after Donald Trump, AOC has the most reach online. Think about that. She's second to the fucking president. That's how much reach and influence she has online. Why isn't she using it? How many people will turn up to Bernie Sanders rallies? Tens of thousands. Where are they? Why aren't you using them? Why won't they call for debt strikes, rent strikes, anything? Because they don't want to step out of line. They're all team players. And at the end of the day, you're never getting change from them. At the end of the day, they all play on the same team. It is what it is. What a sad fucking reality. You know? Tisha, darling, thank you so much for the $20 and the super chat. Speak truth, even if your voice shakes. Your passion is why we're here. Stay gold, brother. I'm trying, you know. Just got to watch out not to get dehydrated. That's all. But seriously, man, this annoys me. And it really bothers me when there are people thinking like, oh, you're being mean. You're too harsh. Get the fuck out of here. Seriously. Is that like all your brain can comprehend? Why the fuck aren't you being mean? Why aren't you holding their feet to the fire? You want to give them a pass? I thought they're supposed to be better. Fucking act like it then. They're fucking spineless, man. I'm telling you, listen to me, man. These people, they're looking out for their careers, okay? It's not some 4D chess. That's bullshit. There's no 4D chess going on. I can assure you that, okay? This is career advancement. This is, I don't want to go over Nancy Pelosi's head, embarrass her, cross her. I don't want to rock the boat. No. And that strategy is bullshit, okay? You see people like Edward Snowden, right? This guy had an amazing job, doing great, but he saw some bullshit that was going on, and he threw away his entire life to expose that bullshit for all of us, for the entire planet. That's a fucking hero. That's someone with a spine, okay? That guy's gonna be remembered forever. That's someone with a fucking spine. What's her excuse? Why don't you step out of line? How are you okay with this bullshit? You keep telling us that People are dying in your district, and they are. You keep telling us how horrible it is. You keep telling us how unjust these stimulus packages are. And yet you keep passing the first and the second and the third and the fourth, and the fifth is going to be the same fucking bullshit all over again. Because you're full of fucking bullshit, just like everyone in the fucking Democratic and Republican Party. You're all playing together, and we see right through you, bitch. We ain't fucking stupid. We know this shit. We've been knowing this for a long time. We've been knowing this. You ain't fooling nobody now. It's over. It's over. You refuse to call Nancy Pelosi out on the Cobra stuff. You refuse to call her out on this bullshit stimulus package. You refuse to call her out on anything. It's always Trump. It's always the Republicans. Really? Really? It's never Nancy Pelosi, right? Oh yeah, she's a fucking angel. Get the fuck out of here. Don't insult our fucking intelligence. Do your fucking job. Grow a fucking spine. And you gotta love the people that the only thing that they can take away from this is, you called her a bitch, you're so mean. Shut the fuck up, man. Why the fuck aren't you angry? What's wrong with you? Where's your outrage? Huh? What's wrong with you? Everything she's saying is correct. It is. And she's the only one with the power to do something about it. I don't work at Washington, D.C. She fucking does. She's one of the most popular politicians in the country. She has leverage. She has influence. Why isn't she using it? That's not my fucking job. My job is to do this, to hold her feet to the fire. And repeatedly, consistently, she falls in line. Repeatedly, consistently, she does the exact same fucking shit that she's ranting about in her videos. Oh, it's so unjust, and oh, it's so bad, and I'm gonna still vote for it because I don't want to annoy Nancy Pelosi. She's Mama Bear. You fucking sell out. Get the fuck out of my face, man. At least do people the courtesy of shutting the fuck up. Yeah? Fucking morons. This is not okay, man. This is not okay. This is not okay. It's a shame. I really liked AOC. I really liked the squad. I really believed in him, man. You know. Well, I mean, that's until, who is it? I definitely wanted Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib, so it's probably, yeah, it's probably AOC and Ayanna Pressley. They were doing these whole CIA talking points about Syria. I was like, what the fuck? You know, I've said this before, and I'm going to keep saying this. If you call yourself a progressive, all right, if you say that you're on the left, there is no left in America, but still, let's go with your line of thinking. If you call yourself a progressive, or you say you're on the left, but then when I ask you about foreign policy, you sound like Ronald Reagan and George Bush, then you can go and fuck yourself. You're not on the left. You're a fucking snake, you're a liar, or you're an idiot. Either way, I wouldn't trust you, okay? This is not okay. You can't be telling me that you want to join the most powerful country on earth and serve in its government, and for you, like, foreign policy is a back burner issue. No, asshole. Why do you think you can't afford Medicare for all? Why do you think you don't have nice infrastructure? Why do you think that you have the highest rate of infant mortality? Why do you think that everything is going to shit? It's because you're using the money to make bombs. That's why. You're using the money to give to Big Pharma. That's why. You're using the money to give your multinational corporations a foothold in foreign markets. That's why. You're trying to continue disseminating the American empire. That's why. So foreign policy is everything. Not to mention that if you call yourself a leftist, that don't sound like no fucking leftist position to me. You know, I don't trust progressives or anyone who calls themselves a leftist, and then, you know, they don't understand They don't understand what's going on in the Middle East. And no, this is inexcusable. If you're not anti-imperialist, I mean, listen, you are aware that corporations have bought Washington, D.C., right? You're aware of this? You're aware there's a prison industrial complex, right? You're aware that there's a big pharma, big insurance, all of these. You also recognize there's a military industrial complex, right? You know that these things exist. You call them out. You say that these people have bought Washington, right? Okay. So you understand that you don't have Medicare for all because of Big Pharma. You understand that people are being screwed with these copays, deductibles because of big insurance, right? You understand that people don't have infrastructure. They don't have any legalized marijuana. They don't have any justice in the criminal justice system because the prison industrial complex writes the laws and then sends blacks and Latinos and other minorities to jail, right? To make a profit. So what about the military industrial complex? What about that? Connect the dots. Same thing. The money is going to them, right? So they can make profits and bomb people. They're taking the lion's share. They're taking most of the money. Why wouldn't you start with them? That's the first fucking thing you should be looking to start with. But they don't give you anything. Nothing. What's been done? What has been accomplished? Fuck all. Fuck all. Because Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and all these cocksuckers. Fuck out of here. If you don't understand that, I mean, where's your empathy? Like, you understand that, okay, it's wrong to put profits over people, right? You understand this concept. So why aren't you applying that to people abroad? Your government, your fucking corporations are doing that to people abroad. Why don't you care? Why is that a back burner issue? No, you fucking idiot. You should be dealing with that immediately. That should be the first thing you take care of. I mean, the very, very first thing is getting corporate money out of politics, right? Which essentially solves all the other problems. But I mean, I don't think, I'm being honest with you. I mean, I don't think that you can touch the military industrial complex. This is, no. You, maybe in your lifetimes, I hope so. I hope very soon you're going to see Medicare for all. I really do. And Green New Deal. But ending the wars, that's not happening. So, hey, we got Fuzz in the house. Just edited their pledge from 3 to whatever it is. I forgot the number. I'm just going to play the crab dance for Fuzz. Fuzz, you got a crab dance incoming. Let's go, baby. And then we'll talk about the next segment because I'm rambling. Let's go, baby.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude. And he ran a bunch of bad boys. Wait. You're getting nervous, man. Calm down. It's okay.
Thank you so much, Fuzz. Hell to the yeah. Thank you so much. You guys are absolutely amazing. So just another quick plug before we move on. You can go to patreon.com/papichulamin and contribute whatever you like. I mean, it says 257, but you can actually put in whatever figure you like. If you want to give me a stimulus package bailout, a few trillion, I won't say no, okay? Just kidding. But you can give whatever you like and support independent media and my ranting and whatever else in between, okay? I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. So I'll drop the link quickly and then we'll move on to the next segment. I feel like I forgot to say something. What did I forget to say? It's okay. We'll go through them one by one and, we got so much to talk about, dude. We really do. I fucking love talking about this stuff with you guys. You are awesome. You are the best. As they say in the UK, the dog's bollocks. Yeah. So I'm thinking sometime soon I'm going to have to change my YouTube name, right? Because I changed it on Twitter. And just to give you guys a fair warning, Okay, so let me just pull up my Twitter. Yeah, here we go. So I just realized I have no cover picture actually. There we go. So yeah, I changed to my real name. My handle is still the same, and you can see the YouTube is still the same. But just to let you know, I'm not sure yet. I'm probably gonna change my YouTube to my real name. You know, most of you already know me as Papi. That's completely fine. You can keep calling me that. But yeah, I don't know, dude. Just letting you know. So yeah, let's talk about foreign policy, since I was ranting already about foreign policy. Also, I really love that all of you guys are commenting, and I will read them afterwards. There's so many, and I really want to catch up on everything. So don't worry, okay? Try to read as much as I can. Hey, we got $5 in the super chat from Wicked Motivated. Thank you so much, Wicked. And another $2 from Wicked, saying Susan Collins seems to be complicit up here in Maine. Sad face. Richie for president. Thank you so much. By the way, it's I was gonna say that I was on Twitter, okay, and there were people saying, like, commenting underneath with Richard and stuff, and I swear it took me like 30 seconds to understand they were talking about me or to me, because I'm not used to. I usually expect Papi or something, you know, or Richie, but now Richard. I was like, what? Who? Oh, they're talking me. So yeah, I need to look into I need to look into Susan Collins and what's going on here. But seriously, man, it's a sad state of affairs, boy. And we got another $10 from Tony. Thank you very much. It says you should start a Papi's reading list. It's taken me a long time. Wait, hold on. Let me sit back so I actually read this and face the camera. It's taken me a long time to grow my Middle East knowledge because people share propaganda more than books or in-depth articles. Yeah, so we're just about to talk about Iran, and it pertains to your comment and a reading list. So actually somebody asked me for some book recommendations the other day. I was in the middle of working, so I just said like a few off the top of my head. But if you want, I can definitely do that. And I need to add to it, okay? Because I think it was just like a few books off the top of my head. I'm trying to stare at the collection down there. But that's mostly poetry over there. Yeah, about the Middle East, I mean, you got to be careful because, like, the framing... Okay, I'll get into that in a second because we're about to do a segment about that, okay? So I'll answer your question, even though it wasn't a question. And yes, I will definitely do that, okay? And I hope you guys enjoy it. So thank you for the suggestion. $5 from none other than Mona. Gracias, thank you so much. It says, damn, Papi, it really makes me sad that conservatives... will protest abortion, but not war that kills people overseas. Yeah, they're not protesting abortion. They don't care. It's just, you know, whatever suits us, our agenda of the day, which can change, right? You know, I mean, it's like I should really do a segment about the Black Panthers. It's really interesting. Like the gun control reform really started in the U.S. because of the Black Panthers, because, you know, they would, by the way, let's be very clear. Most people want you to think, especially on the right, that the Black Panthers were they were this evil movement and they were all violent. No. That's horseshit, okay? But one really interesting fact is that, you know, back in the day, they would strap up, okay? Because you could open carry in California, and if I'm not mistaken, and they would follow the cops, right? And they'd wait for the cops to pull over some poor black kid, you know, that they're about to rough up, and you know how they treat people of color. And what the Panthers would do is that they would get out of the car, you know, armed to the teeth, and they'd stand way back, like not trying to interfere or something, but just to kind of remind the police, like, yeah, we see you, and we're here to monitor you. You're public servants, so act accordingly and act civil. I think that's pretty interesting. And so as a result, Guess who wanted gun reform? The Republicans. Oh, they couldn't act fast enough, because that's a funny thing, right? They love guns, but as soon as people of color want to use them, oh shit, we no more open carry. These motherfuckers. Funny, isn't it? So just a little interesting fun fact. But yeah, we should really talk more about that. And I think, listen, this is also the issue with foreign policy. It's that the mainstream media, why I tell you guys we need a new media, is that the demonization, the conditioning, the rewriting of history, it's really unbelievable. And they do this on purpose. They try to dehumanize the enemy so that when they commit war crimes, they invade a country illegally, they bomb civilians, anything, harassing them, putting economic sanctions on them, crippling their economies, starving their people. That way you don't complain. And when your own soldiers start coming back in body bags, you're also not going to complain because they've conditioned you into believing that this was a necessary evil. It's not necessary. We don't need to kill each other. We don't need to kill each other. This is bullshit. Okay? So yeah, just a quick tangent. But yeah, so let's move on to the next segment. So yeah, I think some of you were talking about this, right? This idiot. I call Donald Trump an orangutan sometimes, and someone correctly pointed out that that's an insult to orangutans, so I'll stop. It is. But, so, yeah. Here we go. I'm just making sure I'm recording. Yeah, so Donald Trump, he goes on Twitter. Where else would he be? Donald Trump, he goes on Twitter and he starts threatening, whatever you want to call it, he starts threatening Iran, doing a whole braggadocio, doing a whole act. Take a look. I'm sure some of you have already seen this. I have instructed the United States Navy to shoot down and destroy any and all Iranian gunboats if they harass our ships at sea. That's an interesting one. That's an interesting one because I'm pretty sure that you can't shoot down gunboats unless they have wings, right? Unless the Iranians have flying gunboats now. Don't they call them PT boats, or was that only in Vietnam? Anyway, I mean, look at this, man. Look at this nonsense. And then you got some other dude, Donald Trump, retweeting this. I love how he said UN Navy ships. I was like, what? The UN doesn't have a Navy? Wow. It's interesting. It's interesting. I like to bring up this picture because I think it tells you everything you need to know. Man, you see what these Iranians are doing? How dare they? How dare these Iranians put their country in the middle of all these American bases? They're threatening the US. I'm telling you. Look at them. Look at them, guys. What is this nonsense? What is this nonsense, man? Does Iran send warships off the coast of Florida or wherever? What are you doing next to Iran? That's the question. Like, he talks about Iran harassing their ships. No, they're not. No, they're not. Okay? You have the largest army on earth, right? Iran can't even compete. By the way, Iran are pretty good, huh? I mean, technologically, etc. But no one has an army the size of the United States. How are they harassing you? You're in their waters. You're off their coast, not the other way around. Do you see how they completely flip everything upside down? They take reality and they flip it on its head. And they make it out to be that, oh, we're the victims. They're evil. They harassed us. They better watch out because we'll retaliate. What? Always. It's the same thing with Palestinians, right? Oh, that kid, he better not throw a rock at my tank or I'll kill him. He threw a rock. Does that not seem a bit disproportionate to you? You don't feel like you're skewing reality here? This is so boring, seriously. I mean, what the fuck am I even supposed to say about this? It's so pathetic. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't think you saw the caption, but he said, Sleepy Joe thought this was okay, not me. Dude, you know Donald Trump likes to frame the Obama administration's dealings with Iran as if Iran got some amazing concessions from the United States, and the United States, they're these horrible victims of Iran. Dude, you've been putting sanctions on Iran for decades, not the other way around, okay? Second, you hacked, right? I don't know if you guys have seen the documentary 0 Days. I keep forgetting the name of the bug. I keep forgetting. Anyway, go watch 0 Days. The United States and Israel with the Mossad hacked Iran's nuclear program, all right, and destroyed it. You committed acts of aggression. Israel constantly enters Iran's airspace illegally and Syria's and bombs illegally. Who's the aggressor here? You have all the resources and tools, all the hard power and soft power at your disposal. You're the ones bullying Iran. It's not the other way around. This is ridiculous. No one is saying Iran is perfect, but I mean, who are you kidding here? Who are you kidding here? This is ridiculous. And this is further proof. This is further proof. No matter who you pick, whether it's a Democrat, Obama, whether it's Trump, whether it's Bush, they're always going to be hostile towards the Middle East. They will always practice this predatory foreign policy. Okay, always. Can't win. This lesser of two evils does not exist for people living abroad. And we can talk about the sanctions during the war in Syria, right? We can talk about the sanctions with medical supplies. Why are you killing cancer patients in Iran? What did cancer patients do to you? What have they got to do with anything? This is evil. This is economic terrorism. If Iran had boats off the coast of the U.S., they would lose their shit. Okay, the U.S. would lose their shit. Just look at the Cuban Missile Crisis, right? They snuck a few nukes off the coast of Florida, and it was like the end of the world, right? But it's okay for the United States to come and put nukes, in Poland. I'm talking after the Warsaw Pact is gone. I'm talking. I forget the name of the missile systems. Damn it! I had it right on the tip of my tongue. But you understand my point? Like, the United States puts bases. I showed you the map. They have 800 military bases. They bring their ships to the borders, to the coasts of other countries, and then accuse those countries of harassing them. What? Fuck out of here, man. It's ridiculous. And I don't think Trump is going to start a war with Iran. I don't think that's starting a war right before re-election. I don't know, man. I mean, who knows? You never know. Bush started Iraq, and he got re-elected. So who knows? Who knows? But This is imperialism. So and that's what annoys me about, like, yeah, the Patriot missile system, but there were more than that. Anyway, so they also put a few missile systems in Turkey, I remember. I'm telling you, I love the Cold War. I think yeah, World War II is the most interesting period to study, but Cold War is like, it's another beast, man, because you have a whole new way of countries committing hostilities against each other, right? The spy game was different, on a whole nother level. These proxy wars, all of it. You had the arms race. I mean, there's so much. It's really. But yeah, what was I going to say? I forgot something. Yeah, this is what annoys me about, like I said before, man. This is what annoys me about the left in America. When it comes to foreign policy, there's nothing there. It's just like, oh yeah, we want to end the wars. That's not enough. You can't. You have a beast called the military-industrial complex. Okay, this is the United States cash cow and its source of hard power and influence over the entire planet. Okay, you have a surveillance state that is, its reach is global. You know the things that Edward Snowden published with Glenn. I mean, we're talking about something completely on another level. And a lot of progressives, I mean, I'm not trying to like attack anyone, but they don't have a strong position on foreign policy, right? It's kind of like, oh yeah, I want to end the wars. What does that mean? It's not just about wars. It's an imperialist agenda. Do you understand? Which is driven by corporations, no less. So it's really disheartening. It's really disheartening when you discuss foreign policy and it's like they don't really know, or they don't have an anti-imperialist stance. Take the anti-imperialist stance. You have to. It's for your own benefit. I told you, all the money that you want, all the money that you need for the things that you want at home is going to foreign policy for this empire to maintain it. When Raytheon, okay, and Boeing and all of these companies that are manufacturing weapons, what do you think they're doing with the weapons? They're bombing the shit out of their planet. I don't know. I just, it's so obvious. I don't really know how So my point is, progressives need to have an anti-imperialist stance, for sure. You can't tolerate this, yeah, let's end the wars. Some of them don't even like have a clue what's going on, and yeah, we'll get into that again later. Tray number 7 says, I gotta see you in the studio with Jimmy Dore. Talk about epic rants. Man, that would be amazing. Seriously, that would be amazing. By the way, I don't know if this is true, but some of you guys watching Jimmy Dore's stream earlier? I couldn't catch it because I was getting ready for this one. And you guys said that they were talking about me. Steph was mentioning me because I know they saw the rant that went viral, but that's really That's really cool. I appreciate that. Just reading your comments here. So, yeah, guys. We got more things to cover. Oh, we'll get back into foreign policy in a second because this is so bad. Okay, so yeah, this stimulus package, I mean, it's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Look at this. So let's pull it up over here. The Senate passed a nearly $500 billion interim coronavirus bill by voice vote Tuesday that includes additional money for the small business loan program, as well as for hospitals and testing, making way for the legislation to become law as soon as the end of the week. Okay? So, yeah, of course, Pelosi and Schumer, yada, 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 they're the party whips. They'll make sure everyone gets in line, including good old progressive AOC. So, look at how they try to spin this stuff, okay? Democrats flipped this emergency package from an insufficient Republican plan that left behind hospitals and health and frontline workers and did nothing to aid the survival of the most vulnerable businesses on Main Street, okay? And then, so, you know, they wanted a lot of this money to go to the states and, you know, to make sure that you can pay for teachers and stuff. And of course, the Republicans were against it. McConnell blocked it. And the thing is, like, okay, that's great. You're going to help hospitals. Okay. What about mortgages? What about people's debts? Like, I don't understand this. I really don't understand this. Why can't you just stop mortgage payments? Why are you forcing people to live in misery and you stop them from working and earning an income, and you also don't want to give them sufficient funding? I really don't get this. I really don't get this. This is evil. This is evil. Okay? So essentially, we're on bill number 4 here, or 5. Who the fuck can count? I mean, you know, at this rate, they're going to make 50 bills, and it's all going to go to the private sector, of course. We're now at the 4th, 5th bill, and all you got was a one-time check. That's it. You got a one-time check. The richest country on earth. The richest country on earth. They give trillions to Wall Street. They give trillions to their buddies in the private sector. But they won't give you anything. They threw you under the bus. Where's Bernie Sanders? Where's AOC? Where are they? This is the country's greatest moment of need. At least, I mean, in modern history, I'd say. Right? How many people dead now? Something 40-something thousand in the US? I mean, this is heartbreaking. A lot of this could have been avoided. And right now, they could still give you money. They could still suspend mortgage payments. They could still suspend, rent. They could still give you prepaid credit cards to pay for groceries, whatever. All of these nice things. They could give you even a temporary Medicare for all. No. Every single bill. And every single bill, you have AOC or whoever else ranting about it, but then voting for it nonetheless. What is that? What is that? Man, these people really don't give a fuck about you. It's heartbreaking. And of course, you have this theater, right, going this back and forth. That look, McConnell is saying, "Oh, my colleagues in the Democratic leadership, oh, it took them 12 days to accept this bill, and they delayed all of these payments." And then, you know, you'll have people on the Democratic side accusing the Republicans of blocking this and that. And yeah, it's all a theater. It's all a theater. And it's really interesting, right? It's so funny. Isn't it interesting how the only things they bicker about, the only things that they fight about, that they disagree upon in these bills are things that would help working class people, right? The little guy. But when it comes to the tax cuts, or when it comes to the bailouts, when it comes to funneling money to the private sector, oh yeah, sure, take whatever you like. Of course. These motherfuckers. Man, it's 47,000 people dead already. This is... So there we go. That's tragic. I'm speechless. Let me get some water real quick and we'll move on to the next segment. Okay, so we got $5 in a super chat from Anna. Thank you so much, Anna. Anna says, "How are things looking with China in Trump's second term?" So actually, I'm about to do a segment on China. And I hope I'll be able to answer your question. But just briefly, I mean, honestly, man, listen. People have been saying for decades, oh my God, one day the United States is going to have an all-out war with China. And no, I don't think that's happening, honestly. So... And this is the thing, right? They parrot this talking point that, oh my God, Trump is unstable. You know, he might start a war any second with... No, I also don't think... I mean, hey, listen. Anything is possible at this rate. I mean, the shit that's been happening is staggering. Who knows? I mean, God forbid we have a war, or the world has a war. U.S. and Iran, U.S. and China, whoever. God forbid. We don't need any more wars. But I don't think that's what's going on, okay? I think that, you know, Trump is trying to put on as much of a show, not that he needs to, because Joe Biden is a fart, to win re-election, okay? And, you know, okay, there's a very important lesson with what's going on now. I'm about to get into it, so don't go anywhere. All right, and it's got everything to do with China. China, as Trump says. But yeah, it's all show, right? He says like, "Oh, I'm tough with China, and you know, we're doing so good." He acts like he's putting them back in their place, you know. Okay, so here we go. Let's do this one, which is about China. Okay, so is my mascara running? So what's one? Tom Cotton is his name. That representative, Tim Cotton. I'm just gonna say Cotton. I don't want to get it wrong, but you have two GOP representatives, Dan Crenshaw and Cotton, who's his first name? Let me Google him. I'm pretty sure it's Tim Cotton. Oh my God, it's Tom. Okay, fine. I got one thing wrong. Chill out. So, all right. So you got two GOP representatives, Tom Cotton and Dan Crenshaw, who are pushing for legislation that would allow them to sue China over coronavirus. Yeah. Okay. So they're alleging a bunch of crazy stuff. And take a look at this video, okay? And then we'll discuss.
False talking points like, oh, it won't spread from human to human contact. They didn't let 5 million people left Wuhan. They allowed this virus to spread. They knew it would spread. They spread false talking points like, oh, it won't spread from human to human contact. They didn't let scientists in to investigate. They actually disappeared doctors who tried to blow the whistle. The number of deaths and infections they hid. When we dropped this bill last Friday, that was the same day that the Chinese government said, we underestimated by about 50% the number of deaths. They didn't underestimate. They knew. This is China. They'd keep track of every single person in Wuhan. Of course they knew. So now that we know how they have wronged us, Americans are going to do what Americans do when we feel an injustice is leveled against us. 5 million people left Wuhan. They
op-ed called that it was entitled this, Tactical Retreat from COVID-19 Made Sense. Now let's go back on offense and mobilize. What's the most critical thing right now that we should do to go on offense?
There's not this binary choice between perpetual lockdown and actually letting people die. That's not the choice. Okay, we can risk mitigate, and you do it along 3 factors. Ramping up testing, which we are doing rapidly. Ramping up hospital capacity, which we have done rapidly. That's ventilator production, PPE production, making sure that we have sections of hospitals that are still designated for COVID-19 patients. And third, public education. The public is well educated at this point. I think people can take some personal responsibility, wear a cloth mask, get back to work, maintain 6-foot social distancing. It's a new normal, but we can make this happen. Every single business, every single restaurant can live within this new normal. We have to start trusting the American people, and the American people have to start empowering themselves with the proper tools to risk mitigate. I think that.
Let's go ahead and talk about your new bill that would allow Americans to sue China over COVID-19. Tell us details about this.
All right, so as we see increasing evidence that the Chinese authorities, the Chinese Communist Party, hid this virus deliberately, allowed domestic travel or restricted domestic travel in China, but allowed international travel from Wuhan, disappeared these scientists and doctors who blew the whistle, wouldn't allow our journalists in, wouldn't allow samples of the virus to be shared. There's an increasing amount of evidence that shows that they are culpable. Okay, so what can we do about that? Well, when Americans are wronged, what do? We sue somebody. Well, let's let Americans sue the Chinese government. So this bill would simply change the Foreign Sovereign Immunity Act so that we can actually do that in our courts. We would do it in a select few courts so that it doesn't become overwhelming. And we think this would be a great way for the American people to seek damages against the Chinese government.
Let's go ahead and talk about your new bill that would allow Americans to sue China.
Okay, this guy's out of pocket. This guy's lost it. So he's essentially accusing China of creating the coronavirus and or covertly spreading it, not telling people about it, being reckless, allowing international travel. Hold on a second, man. Like this is absolutely ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous what he's saying. Saying, oh, the Chinese, they allowed international travel. Okay, and? Who let them in the United States? Does China also control your fucking border? Who let them into the United States? You did. What is this notion that, he's saying that China shouldn't have China. I mean, every time I say it, I have to think of Trump, that idiot. He's essentially saying that China don't know how to control their own borders, and they're also responsible for the United States not knowing how to control its own borders. That's your fucking fault. Even when they were banning travel from Europe, they're like, okay, we're going to ban travel from the EU, except the UK, right? Well, UK is not in the EU anymore, but Trump said Europe, except the UK. And yeah, that makes sense because they're allies, etc. But, I mean, the UK at that time had the herd immunity approach strategy, which was mean, this is stupid. So you should have especially banned the UK. But which one is it, man? This guy keeps praising Trump for being so amazing, and yet when Trump doesn't take action, it's somehow China's fault. Which one is it? You can't have it both ways, dude. You can't have it both ways. It's either Trump is responsible or China's responsible. What a moron. And like, I haven't even gotten into the main point yet. Listen.
Domestic travel in China, but allowed international travel from Wuhan, disappeared these scientists and doctors who blew the whistle, wouldn't allow our journalists in, wouldn't allow samples.
Oh, they wouldn't allow our journalists in. Oh! Again, how dare China control their own borders, right? How dare they? Dude, the United States, America, won't even allow American citizens inside if they're dual nationals. If you're Iranian and American or Syrian and American. What is this mentality that, oh, every country has to do what we want? You're going to let our fucking journalists in. What? They do the same shit with Syria, right? It's like, oh, the Syrian government are clearly guilty. They wouldn't allow our journalists in. That's their fucking decision. How are you, like...
Samples of the virus to be shared. There's an increasing amount of evidence that shows that they are culpable. Okay, so what can we do about that? Well, when Americans are wronged, what do? We sue somebody. Well, let's let Americans sue the...
Dude, that sounded... I swear to God, that sounded like an ad from GTA. Well, when Americans are angry, what do? We sue somebody. It sounds like an ad from GTA. Does he not hear how absurd he is?
Chinese government. So this bill would simply change the Foreign Sovereign Immunity Act so that we can actually do that in our courts. We would do it in a select few courts so that it doesn't become overwhelming. And we think this would be a great way for the American people to seek damages against the Chinese government.
Let's go ahead and talk about your new bill that would allow...
You know what? I think I like this idea. Matter of fact, how about Iraq sets up some courts to sue the United States for damages? You good with that? Right? You don't mind, right? Fair is fair, right? Huh? Listen to what he said. Did you hear what he said?
Allow Americans to sue China over COVID-19. Tell us, Steve.
Do that in our courts. We would do it in a select few courts so that it doesn't become overwhelming. And we think this would be a great way for the American people to seek damages.
Yeah, so, I mean... Okay, I watched the full clip. In the full clip, he says that, oh, you know... I mean, even here, he's alleging that the Chinese willingly... consciously downplayed the importance of coronavirus, right? They lied. Well, the United States lied about weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, and now Iraq is completely destroyed. So, I'm sure a noble man such as yourself would be cool, right? With Iraqis suing the United States for damages? You all right with that? Oh boy, we're gonna have a long list of countries. You're cool with that, right? What a fucking idiot. People in Flint, all right, who got poisoned with lead, where's their compensation? Why is no one in jail? This is all theater. This is nonsense, okay? I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. Even if you got this stupid bill passed, this toilet paper, it means nothing internationally. It means nothing. And on top of it, China doesn't give a fuck, okay? That's not happening. I mean, I think if you watch what Tom Cotton was saying, he was arguing that China could pay back the United States regarding the debt relief, right? Because America has a ridiculous amount of debt with China. On top of it, I think China has more dollars than America. You know that? China has more US dollars in their possession than America does. Crazy. It's pretty wild. They got America by the balls. On top of it, you have all the manufacturing going on in China. It's a really interesting relationship. So, yeah, no one's getting sued over this. This is ridiculous. Now, let's get to the main point where everything he said is what Trump did, okay? Trump is the one who called it a hoax, right? He's the one who didn't close the borders fast enough. If you're saying that China let people fly out internationally and they entered the US, that's your fucking responsibility to screen people coming into the US, not China's, unless you want to give your borders over to China. I mean, make your fucking mind up, right? That's your responsibility. That's on Trump, okay? This got nothing to do with China. This is ridiculous. This is regarding China also with the oil. Okay, we're kind of going on a tangent here, but fuck it. It ain't me if there's no tangents. So, by the way, just one thing. This stuff sounds awfully a lot like TPP, right? Do you remember that it would give companies, corporations, the ability to sue countries? Absolutely ridiculous. This guy is such a moron. He really is. And he's a war hawk. This guy's an imperialist. Look at what he wrote. There you go. God damn it, where's the article? Oh, yeah. So, look at this. He's been asked about Syria, right? And he's against he's against troop withdrawal. He voted against that, and or at least, he voiced his concern against that. And look at this, man. Look at how this dude thinks. We go there so that they don't come here. What? Motherfucker, when did Syria come to you? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The people who did 9/11 were funded by you. You created them. Not Syria, not Iraq. You. We just let them fight their own wars and they'll leave us alone. No, you're not leaving them alone. You started these wars. Oh my God. This guy is really, typical imperialist mentality. White man knows best. We know best. We have to go there. We decide what goes on. Screw your sovereignty. Screw that you're an independent nation. White man knows best. That's it. This is the kind of guy you're dealing with, right? America can do no wrong. Everything is China's fault. Everything is the Arabs' fault. Everything is Iran's fault. Fuck off. Go fuck yourself. Anyway, let's talk about the oil. And this is also related to China. So, okay. God, I'm dehydrated. So you guys saw what happened with the oil, right? Basically, they're paying you to take it off of their hands. It's quite astounding. And then I think AOC, she posted a tweet laughing about it. So, look, disclaimer. Disclaimer. I'm not an expert about oil. I know, as an Arab, I'm just kidding. Listen, the thing is that with the oil prices plummeting, do you guys understand why that happened, or should I do like a brief explanation? Just tell me in the comments real quick, because I kind of want to talk about this. We got $10 in the super chat from none other than Echo the Cat, asking me, what do you think of Kim of North Korea being ill, potentially dying, and what it might bring to the world stage? So I saw a reporter, I can't remember who it was from, what outlet, posting about it and then deleting it because it turned out to be flimsy information. They couldn't confirm it. Dude, I mean, you know, there are people saying that, okay, if Kim dies, you're going to have an enormous power struggle because there's no clear successor. Listen, man, wait, what was your question? What it might bring to the world stage? Look, you saw how Trump is doing diplomacy with North Korea, right? And of course the Democrats, you know, going wild. Oh, he's friends with all the dictators. Da, 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 da. I'm not against diplomacy. Why shouldn't there be diplomacy? Isn't that better than bombing the shit out of each other? Isn't that nice? It's nice. It's much nicer. Now, I don't particularly like Trump nor Kim. So, yeah, I'm not here to say anything nice about them. But I don't think this is true that you know, he's ill or dying. I mean, I don't know. Of course, you know, it's very hard getting verified information out of there, but I still don't think that's 100% credible. I don't know, man. So just talking about okay, so you want a brief explanation? Let's go. Okay. So about the oil prices, all right? So you may have seen that the price of oil, right, plummeted, minus $37, I think it was. So essentially, they've run out of places to store it. They got no space. So they will pay you to take it off of their hands. Crazy, right? Now, I think the prices are back to normal today. I mean, not normal, but they're over zero at least. And the reason this happened is because they got no place to store them, and no one is using oil. I mean, of course, look at what coronavirus did to the world economy. There are no planes flying, right? The airline industry. Oh, the poor airline industry. Oh, these are such perilous times, boy. Perilous indeed. So the airline industry, they got $45 billion, right? Nice little stack of cash. Cool, so cool. But yeah, they're not flying. They're grounded. No one's buying tickets. There's no international travel. So they're not using oil. And when it comes to people driving, okay, less people driving as well. So they got no place to store the oil. And they will pay you to take it off of their hands because it would cost them, you know, too much to keep it. What the hell are they going to do? They can't dump it in the ocean. Believe me, though, if they could get away with it, they dump it in the ocean. I can assure you. Just like we saw people dumping milk. Just like we saw the dairy farmers dumping milk, right? And I heard something also about chickens being killed, right? Was that today? Let me look that up. That's fucking heartbreaking, man. Yeah. Oh, man. Look at this. This is terrible. What is this? I'm just picking the first article I found, but it's essentially the story that I'm referring to. So, God damn it. Load the page. Bill O'Reilly style. We'll do it live. Yeah. So 61,000 chickens killed due to a fall in egg demand. So a farmer in Minnesota said he had to euthanize 61,000 chickens. Man, that's just fucking terrible. Why do they do this shit, man? Okay, I know this isn't 100% about the oil, but listen to me, man. We got an issue here. They'd rather dump the milk. They'd rather kill the chickens than give this produce away to the poor or the hungry. People ain't got money. They don't have money for groceries, especially now during the pandemic. Just give it to them. No, they're more concerned with profits. They don't want their margins to dip. Oh, no. Capitalism first, always. And then the farmers get subsidized by the government, by you, with your taxpayer dollars. There's something wrong with the system. This isn't okay. Anyway, so going back to the oil. Fucking hell, I'm dehydrated, man. What's really interesting to me is, as you guys know, after Bretton Woods, you had the US dollar tied to, you had the gold standard, right? So the US dollar was dependent on that, or rather held up. Sorry. So the US dollar was tied to the gold standard, and then Nixon got rid of that, okay? And you had the petrodollar coming in, okay? You could only buy petrol, oil, with US dollars. It's great, right? The world runs on oil, so that means it props up the currency. Now, what's really weird to me, now, again, if someone is more well-versed on this, you know, I want to know the effects of what just happened and what is happening in regards to the petrodollar, right? So just recently you had Saudi Arabia and Russia putting an end to their oil war, okay? They agreed that they would cut it. Yeah, they agreed that they would cut it down to, no, not two. They would, okay, yeah. So they would lower production by 10 million barrels a day, okay? Not to 10 million, but they would cut it by 10 million barrels a day. And the problem is that's starting next month. It hasn't come into effect yet, right? And the thing with oil is that you have the contracts, basically, which are called futures. You know, if you're an airline, for example, and you want to buy a bunch of oil, kerosene, you know, you tell them that, listen, in October, I need X amount of barrels, right? And you buy that contract, and then you're good to go. Now, the problem is the future, right, for May, which is coming up right now, they got no place to store it. So they've been selling off these futures at a negative price, because it would cost, I mean, they're paying you. Do you understand? I don't know how much simpler I can make it. They don't have anywhere to store it. These contracts are useless, and they're screwed because no one's using the oil. So they're getting rid of them, and they'll pay you to take the oil off of their hands. Voila, that's it. Now, you know, when it comes to Iran and China, as you know, there are sanctions on Iran. So Iran, depending on its oil, where do they go with it? They can't sell it. Because the United States and Europe, if you deal with Iran, same with Venezuela, they'll punish you. They'll sanction you too. And what Iran has been doing is selling its oil to China. Okay? China. And when you're seeing oil falling to a negative price, and that's the thing that is holding up the US dollar, I think that's a really bleak sign for US imperialism, you know? It's kind of like, I'm not saying it's coming to an end or something, but it's a problem. It's a problem. And this is why you have Trump trying to do all this braggadocio, like, he's literally tweeting, America strong. What? Okay. And then doing the thing like, we will shoot down Iranian gunships. What? China is taking advantage of what's going on, right? I'm not saying that like, oh, they did coronavirus on purpose. No, that's not what I mean. But the fact that China is willing to deal with countries like Iran, right? And they also got the United States by the balls. Very interesting dynamic here. It's a very interesting dynamic. And as you've seen with the masks and ventilators and respirators, where's all the production happening because of these neoliberal outsourcing policies and trade deals? In China. So what's going on now with this oil, with the lack of PPE and all these things not being manufactured in the U.S., it's exposing a hole in this U.S. empire. Just an interesting observation, that's all. Now, what I think is going to happen, again, I'm not an expert on this, so I could be totally wrong, but what I think is going to happen is, as soon as things go back to normal, the price of oil is going to spike, right? So now, what is it? It's a few dollars above zero. Yesterday was minus 37. I think it's going to be somewhere around, I don't know, 80 to 100, So very high, yeah. As soon as things go back to normal. Because you essentially have a monopoly. I mean, you have about like 4 companies, right? Shell, BP, forgetting the other ones. 2 more, and then you have Total from France. So, they control 80% of the world's oil production. And yeah, as soon as they can, they will jack up the prices, of course, man, of course. This won't last for long. But it does expose a serious hole in the currency of the United States. And, I mean, don't forget that the United States is occupying Syria's oil fields, right? And they made sure that Iran can only trade with China. And I don't know if you saw Venezuela, for example, which also depends on its oil. Venezuela, they were selling to a Russian company, and then that Russian company got caught, and now they're being slapped with sanctions as well. I mean, this is what the U.S. empire is trying to do, right? It's like, okay, you don't want to let us come in and plunder your natural resources? We're going to make sure you can't make a profit off of them. We're going to choke you. And you saw Trump sending the Navy, right? From the left, from the right, to encircle Venezuela. And I don't know if they're going to install a naval blockade, but if they did that, I mean, yeah, it's I told you guys, in history, I think this is a really cool, interesting, fun fact that, a lot of people think that Hitler invaded Russia because of, the anti-Bolshevik ideology, the expansionism, the Lebensraum, and they also incorrectly say that he invaded Russia in winter. He didn't. It was June. June is not winter, okay? But you know that the Soviet Union, Stalin, he was actually quite scared of Hitler. He knew that the guy is dangerous and he might invade him. So to appease him, part of the... I always forget the name in English because I went to a French high school, so I know all the stuff in French. Le Pacte Germano-Soviétique. The agreement that the USSR and Germany had, right? Which also included dividing up Poland, by the way. Don't forget that. So part of this agreement, the USSR, Stalin, was delivering something around 100,000 tons of wheat and oil a week to Germany, right? That's very considerable, all right? And what's becoming apparent is that the naval blockade, right? The naval blockade that the British Navy put up to choke the German war effort, this killed their oil. You got to understand something. If you're invading countries, right, you need oil for everything. Nothing runs without oil. And so the naval blockade by the British was very effective. And Hitler decided to go invade Russia, right? Because they had large reserves of oil down south. And how long did that battle last? 3 days, or was it a week? But yeah, they failed to take it. Man, if they had taken that, not only would the Nazis have had a sufficient amount of oil to continue their war effort, but the Russians would have been screwed. I mean, this is very considerable, All right. And so that's one thing, right? And it shows you the importance of oil. But what bugs me a lot, man, is I'm just like ranting a history lesson in the middle of the night. It's all good, baby. It's all connected. Oh yeah, and of course the Germans, they tried to develop a synthetic oil, but didn't work. I mean, they were too slow at it, and on top of it, the British and the Americans, they knew about this, and they would specifically target any synthetic oil refineries. Let me just show you quickly. And then there's something I wanted to say about China. What was it? It'll come back. So yeah, also I remember that I think it's 1/5, only 1/5 of the Wehrmacht, the entire German armed forces, were motorized. Only 1/5. That's that's crazy when you think about it, right? They were still using horses, and mules to bring up logistics in the fucking mud and the snow in Russia. God, I mean, why all this suffering? Like, it's just so fucking pointless, man. You know? Fuck this shit, man. Fuck war. Fuck this shit. Seriously. It's really saddening. So here, I can show you on a map, okay? I'm trying to get a good map, a good looking map. Yeah, this one will do, whatever. You'll see what I mean. So they call this the Battle of the Caucasus. And you know, this was a big issue because they weren't sure, let's go to Moscow or let's get the oil. Well, they tried. And yeah. So that's a very important thing to consider, right? I don't even know what my original point was. Oh yeah, naval blockades. So a naval blockade is a very effective way to cripple an economy, a country, and you know, like I said, Venezuela, they have the largest oil reserve in the world, and the United States knows that. They're a socialist country. They don't recognize Israel. Just, you know, all the check marks for regime change. Let's go, boys. And in the middle of the coronavirus, Trump is sending the fucking Navy to Iran. Well, I mean, it's already there, right, in the Gulf. But Trump is sending the Navy to encircle Venezuela. And who knows, man? Probably will be a naval blockade. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out this whole game over here because there's some kind of bullshit going on, man. You know. And for Syria, for example, some of you probably heard me talk about this before. Man, yeah, I actually ended up calculating it myself. I'll tell you in a second. But like right now in Syria, you remember Donald Trump said we're pulling out, right? Well, he did keep a few troops there in Dore, okay? That's where the oil fields are. What a coincidence. I mean, you've seen him say, we're keeping the oil. Fuck you imperialist fuck. Go fuck yourself. And this is crucial. This is crucial for the Syrian economy, right? So I think it's 1/4, yeah. 1/4 of the government's revenue in Syria is from oil, from those oil fields, okay? Not to mention that this region, Deir ez-Zor, it's also the breadbasket where the wheat comes from, right? And So yeah, it's more of a bargaining chip. It's not because, in this case, it's not because the United States is in need of oil. No, it's just like they're trying to prevent Syria from being rebuilt. That's what's going on. Again, economic terrorism, as usual, right? I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. Would America tolerate this if, I don't know, Syria invaded and then took over all their oil fields in Texas? Of course no one would fucking tolerate that. Why is it acceptable for Arabs to tolerate that? It's a sovereign fucking country. Fuck off. Fuck off. Okay? And, yeah, so when I saw that figure that it said 1/4 of the government's revenue, I was like, damn, where's the source? I want to check the source. And the source, it was an IMF document, right, from the International Monetary Fund from 2011. And I mean, most statistics, you didn't have that many, but 2011 is when the war started. So, you know, after that, it's even worse to get statistics that are somewhat accurate. And so it took me a while. Like, I couldn't find this figure of 1/4 or whatever it was. And then I realized, oh, okay, these are in Syrian pounds. And so I had to start calculating it and then converting it into US dollars. And then it's like, oh yeah, oh shit, it really is 1/4 of the government's revenue. God damn it. I mean, I always knew that Syria had oil, but I didn't think that 1/4 is from that. Of course. So I don't know what fucking tangent I went on. But yeah, you see this pattern here, man. They're just trying to maintain this empire and screw over all the countries that won't open up their markets, right? So it's fucked up. Let me check the comments, y'all. Hey. So what's up, everybody? It's good to see y'all. It's good to see everybody, man. This is so nice. This is so nice having everyone here. So we got $10 in a super chat from Wooden Mind. It says chickens, pigs, cows, and mass-produced food items are being purged due to no buying or selling. So why can't we subsidize those products for the poor to be fed? Yeah, like I understand, okay, they'll go bad. You can't keep them around. But no one's asking you to keep them and let them go bad. Dude, there's people starving. There's a fucking pandemic. People got no money. Just give it to them. It's a fucked up system, seriously. Thank you, Mare. Thank you so much for the $10 in a super chat. I really appreciate all the support. Guys, it's almost been 3 hours. I deserve a potty break. I'll be right back and we got more stuff to cover, all right? So, where's the intermission screen? Is that it? Oh, here it is. I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Do not go nowhere. We got more stuff to talk about, baby. All right? And we're back. Hello, hello, hello. It is I, says me. Alright. Thanks for waiting, guys. That was really cool. Yeah, I figured I should play some Riverline. I mean, I can't play Rage Against the Machine because, you know, you'd have a copyright thing, but that's my band right there, Riverline. Play some of that. Yeah, let's talk about the next subject. I was not expecting to give a lesson about World War II, but I hope some of you enjoyed it. I love history. I really, really love history. Enough, man. It's absolutely crazy. Okay, so yeah, that's sad about the chickens, man. I'm heartbroken. Yeah, just quickly, again, friendly reminder, I changed my name on Twitter, and I might change it on YouTube soon, okay? Yeah, that's it. That's it. I changed my name. So, the handle is the same, but put my real name here, Richard Medhurst. So, yeah. We got to talk about something, man. We got to talk about something. So have you guys... Okay. Have you guys seen this new ad by Joe Biden about China? It's an attack ad, right? Okay, so Joe Biden released a new attack ad against Trump, and he talks a lot about China, and we got a lot to say about this. So let's take a look at the clip, and then we'll discuss.
He failed to act. So now Trump and his allies are launching negative attacks against Joe Biden to hide the truth. Here are the facts. Joe Biden warned the nation in January that Trump had left us unprepared for a pandemic. Then, Biden told Trump he should insist on having American health experts on the ground in China.
I would be on the phone with China and making it clear, we are going to need to be in your country. You have to be open. You have to be clear. We have to know what's going on.
But Trump rolled over for the Chinese. He took their word for it.
The president tweeted, China has been working very hard to contain the coronavirus. The United States greatly appreciates their efforts and transparency.
China, I spoke with President Xi, and they're working very, very hard, and I think it's going to all work out fine.
Trump praised the Chinese 15 times in January and February as the coronavirus spread across the world.
It's a tough situation. I think they're doing a very good job.
Are you concerned about its potential impact on the global economy?
I think that China will do a very good job.
Trump never got a CDC team on the ground in China. And the travel ban he brags about? Trump let in 40,000 travelers from China into America after he signed it. Not exactly airtight. Look around. 22 million Americans are out of work, and we have more officially reported cases and deaths than any other country. Donald Trump left this country unprepared and unprotected for the worst public health and economic crisis in our lifetime. And now we're paying the price. All the negative ads in the world can't change the truth.
Okay, so,
President Trump is trying hard.
Listen, Fat. Here's the deal. That was so stupid. What a lame ad, and it's stigmatizing, right? I mean, this is borderline racist. Oh, China, China, China. The fear mongering, right? They done with Russia. If it's not Russia, it's China, right? And not to mention that you have a lot of stereotypes, racism being launched. What's the word I'm looking for? You have a lot of racism, okay? A lot of racist comments, a lot of racist stereotypes being thrown towards Asian Americans. How is this helping? I thought Joe Biden is supposed to be decent. What, by stigmatizing Asians even more? By stigmatizing China even more? What is this warmongering, xenophobic nonsense? You have so much stuff you could attack Trump on. I mean, yeah, I admit there are some points here, about Trump not securing the border properly, right? Not screening people when they enter the United States, not from China, everywhere. You can critique Trump for not handling coronavirus, but it's got nothing to do with China. People from all over the world got infected. This is ridiculous. They're like trying to do both at the same time. It's like, oh, Orange Man, Cheeto Man bad, and the communists, Russia, China. Oh, it's so painful. It really is. It's so painful. What a bunch of garbage. And like I said, man, this is the same old recipe. Oh, Orange Cheeto Man bad. Let's be imperialists and please vote for us because we're slightly less shitty. I'm telling you, Joe Biden is not winning this election, okay? I told you the day that Bernie Sanders dropped out, it's over. Donald Trump has won 4 more years. And it's not just because of these ads. It's everything, right? It's everything. This is absolutely ridiculous. What bunch of bollocks. And you know what's funny? Despite all of the crap that Trump has done, Americans still think that he's handling it well. Yeah, I don't know. I can't explain it either. I don't know. And like I told you, this guy has 96, 98% favorability within his own party. Dude, Joe Biden is not happening. And these shitty racist ads are garbage. Okay? They're trash. This is absolutely ridiculous. You have so many good things, valid. You have so many valid critiques that you can make about Donald Trump. Stereotyping Asians even more, contributing to that stigma, perpetuating this imperialist mentality that, oh, the Chinese, oh, the communists, we know best, America, a white man. Who is this helping? This is trash. You think you're going to convince Trump voters to switch to you with this garbage? Good luck. Good luck, man. I told you, at the end of the day, it makes no difference for the establishment, okay? And it's just, honestly, it's really disgusting that they have to do this whole China angle. I mean, just... That's all I have to say about this crap. By the way, did anyone find the link for that Trump ad with corn pop? God, I gotta find it. Just for the contrast, you know what I'm saying? Give me a second. Oh, I think this could be it. Yeah, I think this is it. I'm not sure. Let me show you.
Not another commercial. The kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was trained, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
I mean, come on, man. This is what it's come to. I will admit it's kind of funny, but, you know, I'm tired of these people. I really am. And the problem now is that you have all of these, you have a considerable amount of Democratic voters who are still tied into this two-party system mentality. That, oh yeah, Trump, We have to get rid of him, even if we prop up a rapist, even if we prop up a segregationist, a war criminal, a racist who has no shame contributing to the stigma against Asians and Asian Americans. Really? Really? I'm telling you, man, Trump is winning this thing. It's over. Forget it. Not that it would have made much difference, but yeah. Same old, dude. So these, and just one more thing. Just remember that Bernie Sanders never launched a single negative ad about Biden. Look at all the shit we talk about. Tara Reid, the Iraq War, the other 5 wars he started with Biden, with Obama, the other 5 wars he started with Obama, the drone strike program, working with segregationists. I mean, and on and on and on and on. The way he talks to voters, threatening to slap them, yelling in their faces, wagging his finger. There's so much stuff to talk about. You think they're going to address that? You think they're going to bring that up? Bernie's campaign, for whatever reason, it's just... That was terrible. That was horrible. But regardless, I told you guys that even if he did everything right from his side, like doing the attack ads, but by the way, just to remind you, Bernie didn't do any attack ads against Biden, but Biden did do attack ads against Bernie. Joe Biden is a friend of mine. Yeah, some friends you got. And what's the other point I was going to make? Dude, even if Bernie did everything right, I told you guys, the campaign, the movement as it is now, had no teeth. There's no backup. That's a problem. So there you go. And, until you build a coalition, until you bring back a strong unionist movement, nothing's happening because you don't apply pressure to them. This is a theater, okay? These stupid ads. Meanwhile, people are fucking dying. Fuck them, man. Seriously. So, yeah, there you go. Hey, we got $20 in a super chat. Thank you so much, John. John Coyne says, "You're on fire, bro. Don't stop. Let me know where else I can find you and donate directly." Thank you. I really appreciate that. So I'm going to do another plug. John asked for it. Bless you, John. 1 second. Let me pull this up over here. So maybe we get a crab dance from... There we go, guys. So patreon.com/papichuloman. I mean, you can pick whatever you want of these or donate as much as you want. All right. I dropped a link in the chat, patreon.com/papichuloman. And there's also a PayPal link. You can do a one-time thing on PayPal. Thank you so much, John. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. We got a $5 in a super chat from Dino, my man. It says, "For working class unity and socialism." Thank you, Poppy. Yeah, man. It's, like I told you, they stigmatize these words on purpose. So the working class is fractured. They divide and conquer. They destroy the unionist movements, all the political parties. And then they give you the Democratic Party, which is an illusion of choice, that, of a lesser evil. No. Hey, we got $25 in a super chat from Mono. Thank you so much, Mono. Bless you, girl. Says, "Poppy, yo, I gotta go in a few, but I need to show you some love. Always. Thank you. Love and support. You're my favorite, no doubt." Look at this flattery, man. Trying to make me blush over here. Thank you so much. Seriously. Love your rants. Wish I could give more. My Poppy pals, love y'all. So thankful for all of y'all. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Bless you, Mona. You're a gem. I really, really appreciate it. Y'all show some love. Tisha says, "I don't dig Howie." So yeah, I'm gonna upload my video about that when we're talking about foreign policy, right? And yeah, By the way, I should mention that I'm interviewing Shahid Buttar very soon. Okay, so tonight, last chance to get in some questions if you have any. I already got a bunch, so I'm trying to sift through them, pick the best ones, and be unique with it, and give you guys some good stuff. I really like him, I really do, and I've been wanting to interview him for fucking ages, man. Months ago. I'm like September, as soon as I heard about him, I was like, I gotta interview this guy. He's so cool. So yeah. So if you guys are on Patreon, send me on Patreon your questions. Hey, John has just joined the family. Thank you so much, my man. Y'all put your hands together for John Coyne. Bless you, brother. Crab dancing coming, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude. And he ran a bunch of bad boys.
Wait. You're getting nervous, man. Calm down. It's okay.
I have to build on this. The crab dance, it's gonna keep on morphing into a bigger meme. Okay, I'm gonna add more and more stuff. If you have any funny suggestions that I maybe haven't thought of, I mean, I have a few ideas already, but I don't want to spoil it. So we're gonna keep increasing it, and there's got to be a way to show the new member's name, right? I'll figure it out. I got to figure this out because that would be really dope. That would be really, really dope. So thank you again, John. Really appreciate it. One sec, just charge my phone. All right. So yeah, guys. Hey, we got $5 in a super chat from. Am I reading this correctly? 1 second. Luke the Spoo. Thank you so much. It says, just found your channel and love it. Keep up the good work. Bless you guys. You guys are too kind. Seriously, I'm really humbled. I'm really grateful. Some of y'all been here since the beginning. It's absolutely amazing, and it's so good to see new faces and people like just appreciating everything. And it's been the last week, man. This has been beyond humbling, really. So couldn't do it without you guys. Thank you so much for sharing the videos, for posting them on Twitter, on Facebook, showing your friends, commenting, liking, just any kind of interaction, and supporting on Patreon or PayPal. Everything counts. So bless you and thank you so much. We're gonna do it. We will. $2 in a super chat from Anthony. Am I reading it right? Anthony Revia? Is that right? Thank you, Anthony. It says, for telling it how it is. Crab dance, please. Crab dance, yellow. All right. I gotta do one. Hell yes. I see you, Sam. I'm glad to hear that.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude. And he ran a bunch of bad boys.
Wait. You're getting nervous, man. Calm down. It's okay.
All right, guys. This was fun. This was absolutely awesome. Like I said, tomorrow morning they're gonna vote on this house. The House is gonna vote on the stimulus package. You already know it's gonna be unanimous, of course. AOC is not gonna do shit. By the way, I've said this before, but like, I really want to do some kind of, like, I want to do some videos on Syria that are just informative, like about the culture, about the history. There's so much, like, I don't even know everything, man. And Gary Johnson didn't know what Aleppo is, but I'm sure you guys do. And Aleppo, man, it got destroyed really bad. And unfortunately, I never got to visit it. I feel really stupid. Because there's some historical sites there. Man. It's heartbreaking, man. It really is. So yeah, I'd like to do some videos. I mean, I don't know when, but Definitely, picking a few topics. Max Blumenthal from the Grayzone, he went to Syria and talked about it, and it was really, really nice to hear that. I really appreciate that. Because everything you hear on the news is like, oh, war and negativity. No, man, no. It's a shame. It's really a shame. So we got to fix that, right? And I want to do the same thing about Iraq. I've never been to Iraq, but, like I said, that's also another part of the cradle of civilization, truly. So, yeah. This was fun, guys. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you so much for your support. I'm blessed. Seriously, every single day I wake up, I'm like, dude, I'm so lucky and so blessed. Truly. So I just want to say thank you to every single one of you. I'm running out of words. Like, I don't know how to express it anymore. Short of crying. So thank you so much for your support and enthusiasm and encouragement and letting me do this stuff. You absolutely rock. Yeah, so John, my man John, $5 in a super chat, says, can't wait to see you on Jimmy Dore show. Oh, a dream. It would really be a dream. I hope that comes true. So thank you so much, guys. Yeah, I'll just drop the Discord link really quickly. Give me 1 second. I need to put it over here. 1 sec. There's some really cool, important people who watch the show, but I don't want to brag about it. But it's just it's so cool. It's I can't believe it. Like, I don't think it's even sunk in properly. So we're blessed, man. We're really blessed. All right, let me just give you the Discord link, guys. 1 second. All right. And if you have any questions you'd like me to ask Shahid Buttar, message me on Patreon, and I will try my best to fit everything in there, okay? Because I only have a limited time. And yeah, just let me know. So here's the Discord link. Hey. All right. Tisha, bless you so much. Thank you. You guys are so amazing. Tisha in the house. Okay, guys. Peace out. Take care. And make sure you have the bell notification on for the live streams, because I do a lot of them, almost every few days. So, and also follow on Twitter and Facebook. But mostly Twitter. I'm just on Twitter now. I'm so cool. No, I just have to use it. So when I go live, I post there in case you don't get the bell notification. All right? It doesn't work for everybody. That's why. So see you guys. Don't hesitate to message me if you want me to cover something. And yeah, I love you. Be safe. Take care. Wash your hands. Physical distancing. Peace and love.